What's going on, guys? This podcast is brought to you by OS1 Skin Cream, and they have sent me this face cream and this eye cream. And if you've noticed on the podcast last couple weeks, my skin looks a little brighter and a little bit cleaner. And one of the reasons is I'm trying to get the skin rejuvenation process, the anti-aging process, and that's what these clinically dosed creams are for. So their OS1 peptide, this is the one that targets the zombie cells that cause lines, wrinkles, and sagging skin, is scientifically proven to reverse skin's biological age at the cellular level. So whether you're laying out at the beach, hiking, or heading out on vacation, OneSkin's OS1 powered sunscreens block UV rays while targeting the UV-induced skin aging you already have. I love all their products, but I'm really excited about their new limited edition bundle, Summer Skin Care Essentials, which includes their daily moisturizers and broad spectrum of sunscreens for the face. Guys, for a limited time, the podcast listeners will get 15% off using my code RBP at oneskin.co. Go to oneskin.co, use my code RBP, you'll get 15% off. And the way we treat our skin in the gym, if you're aging or not, this can help you keep your skin clean, clear, and looking fresh. Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
very
How are you?
somber. You're in a very somber mood tonight.
I didn't know if my shit was working, and because it was acting up here, and then you were like, you just smiled. I'm like, oh man, here we go. How's it going?
Good, man. What are you eating? I'm always curious what people are eating.
Chicken, small salad with like all my fixins that have like the olives and some garlic, and then I ate the rice already. Bulking up, adding rice to my evening.
How much rice?
A cup.
Oh, that's not bad. Oh, that's not bad. The cup's not bad. I'm doing less than that right now. Seth, what do you do when have you trained yourself? Like, do you eat so little that you're just not hungry? Like you've shrunken your stomach? You know, sometimes if you eat like small meals for a long enough period of time that you can literally like shrink your stomach so you get used to it.
I don't know if that's a scientific term, but I do believe that that is true.
It definitely is the scientific way to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Like, I think that like I've eaten so little for so long that whenever I do eat like a good bit more, I'm like, I felt that. And it's like I could even eat like some, quality food. And if I eat more than I should have, I'm like, fuck, man, like
Yeah.
that's crazy how I'm uncomfortable, even though I ate quality food. I just ate more of it.
Well, I mean, look, I don't know what the scientific terms are, but there's definitely such a thing as stretching your stomach because people go for like that gastric bypass shit and that shrinks their stomach to like whatever, the size of a fucking grapefruit.
I guess. Yeah, you're right.
But when they eat, if originally they lose weight, but a lot of them, if they start eating normally again or try to eat normally again, they actually re-stretch out their stomachs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can reverse that shit.
Stretch it out.
Yeah, you can reverse like that gastric bypass shit. Like I know somebody who got it done. When you get that gastric bypass shit, it makes your stomach like the size of a fucking grapefruit or whatever, right? Hi, Ian, how are you?
Hello, Ian.
So anyway, this person, after they got it done, the size of their meals, they have a fucking plate like this and they have like 2 tablespoons of food on their plate. Fast forward, like, and they would eat it and they'd be like, oh, I'm stuffed, right? Fast forward like a year and they're eating normal size meals now because you can re-stretch out your stomach.
So what you're saying, gastric bypass would be useless for you?
Yes, because I would just eat to the point where it just
stretches back out.
Ian, you never ever miss an opportunity to call me fat. I've noticed, or Arab. I've noticed.
You like to eat, man. What can I say? It's not a knock on you. It's just a, social commentary.
You're a hefty boy.
You know what though? It is true. I was actually saying this to Paul the other day. I'm like, whenever I try and diet, part of the problem is I've stretched my stomach out from all the fucking binging that I'm always starving because my stomach is like stretched the fuck out. I gotta like starve a bit to get my stomach to shrink again.
Whenever you guys were you a husky kid? Like there used to be pants called husky. Whenever I was a fat chubby kid, Like we'd have to go to the husky section.
Okay, can
You know? You guys have that up in Canada? Or you guys weren't husky? I was husky.
I wasn't husky. I was a skinny kid.
I didn't know you were skinny.
Dude, when I was in grade 10, I was
How
130.
did you know he was skinny? He eats apple cores. He had no food.
When I was in grade 10, I was 130.
Oh my God.
And it was when I was in grade 11, I was 230.
What?
You know what happened? I started working at a pizzeria.
You took steroids?
No, I didn't take steroids till I was 20. I started working at a pizzeria. Dude, I ate so fucking much at that place.
Well, then you got fat.
I got chubby. I wasn't fat. Like I was never just a fat fuck. I got husky. Yeah, I was husky.
I would go to J.C. Penney's to the husky section for my khakis.
Were you like a fat kid?
I was husky. I wasn't like belly over it, but I started growing the man tits and that all started occurring. I was a husky boy.
Did people make fun of you in grade school and shit for being fat?
That's why I'm a pro bodybuilder.
I showed them.
Oh, I mean, literally, I was. They called me Chubbs. That was my nickname.
Really?
Yeah.
When did you become not Chubbs? Was it like college or like in the middle of high school?
9th grade.
Oh, you did something about it early.
Oh, I was just a chubby kid, and then I was like, I don't like this. Everybody had a nickname in the neighborhood.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like one kid was nicknamed Moose. The kid was like 6 foot. He's 15 years old, 6'3", fucking 280 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, and it was like everybody had a nickname. I just really hated mine because I was short and chubby. Like I fucking despised it. And I was going through puberty, and that's whenever like some of the girls in the neighborhood started calling me Chubbs too. And I'm like,
oh no, the girls can't call you Chubbs. That's where you draw the line.
Literally drew the line, and I was like, I'm done, dude. Fuck that shit. And I decided, I was like, I came home and started doing push-ups and sit-ups. And yeah, right.
Why does your
shower at night?
Why does your life sound like a movie? Like we didn't have a neighborhood where everybody had nicknames. That sounds so like.
We were. The neighborhood was really cool. Looking back at it, like yeah. we were those neighborhood kids that just caused havoc. Lived in a really nice neighborhood, but we caused havoc whether we were, 6, 8, 10, 15, 16, high school, running around. Like there was a ton of houses. So we all, like all the dudes in high school would sleep over at my house or another dude's house. And then the girls were over at this house. And like, it was like AOL Instant Messenger. Like she had her friends over and it's like, yeah.
When did you get laid? How old were you?
I think right before I turned 17.
Hey, I got a question for you. We were having a debate yesterday.
Wait, how old were you when you got laid the first time?
17.
Paul?
14.
Early bloomer.
Well, yes. But it was my girlfriend of like 5 years.
And it was a stripper.
You had a girlfriend for 5 years at 14?
Yeah, we started dating at like 13, I think, and we went to like 17, 18.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So you started dating like the beginning of high school, and you just hung on.
I think it was
hung on to that one until college and bailed on her.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. I think it was right near the end of high school or grade school, right at the end, near the end of grade 8, we started dating, and it went to like grade 12, grade 13.
14, same.
All right, let me ask you this: when you were in grade 12, did she leave you for a college dude, or did you leave her for a college chick?
No. I didn't adjust well to college at that point in my life.
Well, who left who in that relationship?
She left me, but I remember, I was like, I'd fuck around her all the time. I'd break up with her for weekends, and then I'd go and have fun, and then I get back together with her on Monday. I did that for years, and then finally, it kind of put me. She kind of.
I break up with her for weekends. You're my Monday to Friday girl. That's hilarious. How the fuck did we get on? Oh, so we had a little debate yesterday.
Which continued with me and Fouad in the
which continued into a different group chat. But I got to ask you, Seth, don't anybody interrupt. I got to ask you this question. Would you rather bang a chick that had 10 cream pies in her? Okay, you're the next guy in line. You can't she hasn't showered, you can't wipe it.
You're lucky 11.
You're number 11, and it has to be missionary, and you have to be face to face. Okay, or same position. She took 10 loads in the face, but her box is clean. You can't wipe it. She's got it like your eyes are glued shut. Like it's just a mess.
And you can't do doggy, right?
You can't do dog. It's got to be missionary,
Oh,
and you
it's
got
gonna drip off her face.
and you got to be face to face. Yeah,
And you don't got to kiss her.
You can't wipe her
you like
face.
this. You can't. You don't have to
No,
kiss
starting,
her.
we're starting with no kissing. You don't have
Yeah.
to kiss her. But you have to
Okay.
fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, we
No,
started
then
with-
I added you have to kiss her for 15
Yeah.
seconds.
Mike,
Yeah, that's what. 15 seconds too.
It was 10 yesterday.
Like,
It was 10 yesterday.
a strong makeout session.
No.
You got to kiss her neck and stuff too. You got to like nibble, you got to like neck.
And then you can't. And then after you make out with her, you can't wipe your face.
Oh.
So you got.
I mean,
No,
no.
Okay, wait a minute. Whenever we add that, Mike, it becomes an easy answer. Let's do it
Easy
without the
answer.
kissing. Let's do it without the kissing first. Let's see what he says.
Yeah,
God,
the facial for sure.
Ah, dude, this is you. Who the fuck came up with this first? Is this a Fouad question? Yeah.
It started with
Yeah.
it started with another question and led to this question.
Well, this was the original question. Yeah, I'll let you.
Oh, was
answer-
it?
I'll let you answer this one first. Would you rather date a chick? Like, let's say you met this girl at a bar, right? You meet this girl. You guys are talking. She's really open. She's like, you're like, how many? Just for some reason it comes up. You're like, how many guys you fucked? You're like, she's like, I haven't fucked any, but I've sucked 10 dicks and I've taken 10 loads in the face. Okay. Or you meet a chick. You meet a chick at the
She's all
bar.
cleaned up now. She's good.
Yeah, she's
Right,
Or
right.
you meet a chick at the bar, and you're like, how many guys you've been with? You're like, she's like, I've never sucked a dick, but I've taken 10 dicks in my pussy. Which girl would you rather be with?
Tough one. I often find myself reminiscing about this question.
It's getting deep.
So you either got you either got a virgin that sucks a lot of dick, or you got a girl that's never sucked a dick because she thinks it's a little dirty, but she's
I'm
taking a lot of
I'm-
dicks.
I'm going with the virgin that sucked a lot of dicks because it's going to be nice and tight for myself, being the mediocrely endowed man that I am. And then also she's going to be a pro at fucking sucking my dick.
Yep.
That's the one I'm going.
Are
with.
you a blowjob connoisseur?
Oh, for sure.
Connoisseur.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I don't know many men that aren't.
Well, Ian's not a big fan.
Wait, I said I was a fan of in context here. I said I wasn't a big fan of watching blowjob scenes in pornography.
Yeah, but
Not
you
that-
also said doing is not that big a deal for you.
Well, I don't enjoy sucking dick myself. If that's what
No,
a couple times I did try it. I didn't like it.
you said getting a blowjob is not that big a deal for you.
No, like if I'm picking between that or having sex, I'm picking the latter every single time.
Every time?
Every time, yeah.
No, for me it's like 5-5.
Okay, maybe 9-1.
If out of 10, 5 times I just want to lay there and get a blowjob.
Yeah, no, I'm picking maybe 1 to 2 times at most.
I might not be laying there. I might be actively getting a blowjob. Like I might be doing.
What's actively?
Bump. Like banging her mouth.
What did you say,
Use
Paul?
use your imagination. Use your imagination, Mike.
I want to know specifically what that means, though.
Well, I mean, one.
Are you doing
way,
curls?
No, like one way could be like, lay her on the edge of the bed and bang her face. Like that's an active.
Hang her
blowjob.
face.
Yeah,
That's probably not appropriate.
this is for sure. We're for sure.
Yeah.
We're sure gonna get canceled after this.
You mean
Put
she's
that
performing
skull fuck,
fellatio.
skull fuck as the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Or skull candy? They won't know till they watch.
All right, Seth, you're not getting out of these. You're not getting out of these little questions we need from you here. Okay,
And
so the first question, you said you'd rather date the girl that sucks a lot of dick, which is weird to me, but okay.
I think I would agree with taking that one too.
Yeah, because remember this, Fouad, the other one isn't going to ever suck your dick. She's got an aversion to it.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's not true. She just hasn't done it before. She didn't say she
She's
didn't
got
like it.
class. She's got
Yeah.
class, Paul.
Oh, yo, she's got yeah, okay.
She doesn't put dicks in her mouth.
I feel
Her mouth is
like
pristine.
the girl who sucks a lot of dick, the girl who sucks a lot of dick is dirtier than the girl who fucks a lot of dick.
But why
think that's
hasn't she
dirtier?
fucked a
I don't
lot
think
why
that's
hasn't she
dirtier.
fucked a lot of dudes though.
I think it's more responsible.
If you ask a girl, well, I shouldn't say every girl, most girls, if you ask most girls if they feel dirtier sucking a dick or fucking, I bet you they say they feel
Yeah, let's
dirtier
hear it in the
sucking.
comments, girls.
Yeah,
How do you
yeah,
feel?
vote on that. Yeah.
You that have watched the show.
We just
But
lost
Fouad-
all our female viewers right there.
Yeah, all 5 of them are gone.
Yeah.
That's it.
Have enough of them.
But it could be also the safer option for some girls.
No, I'm just telling you. Listen, most girls will say, "Yeah, I fucked that guy," but if they say, "I sucked his dick," it's dirtier for them.
No, I know.
They're
But
lying.
what I'm
They're
saying
lying,
though,
first of all, they did both.
for sure, yeah.
Very
Yeah.
good point.
100% a lie.
But if pregnancy is a concern, then maybe that's why they're doing that too.
I think it depends on the age too. I think like younger girls are probably sucking more dick than fucking.
Wait a minute, Paul. So if you met a girl and she was like, "I didn't want to get pregnant, so I sucked his dick,"
Yeah.
that's like acceptable now.
Not that it's acceptable, but
What
there's
if
some
she,
responsibility.
what if she
in that.
says? What if she says, "I didn't want to get pregnant, so I took it in my butt"?
Her butthole's
She's a
been
pioneer.
ravaged by 10
Well,
guys.
I mean, yeah, you could argue that she's more responsible than other sluts.
I think he's right. I mean, you could
Yeah.
make that.
Right? Yeah. If she doesn't want an unwanted child, then she's eliminating that
Okay,
possibility.
I got to cut this whole section out.
No,
Seth,
you don't.
It's a great
This is
debate.
hilarious.
Seth,
Let's just start
Okay.
using code words for stuff so people don't know what we're
Right.
talking about.
okay, I got the first answer to your question. What about the second? The original.
Hey, this is super fucked.
Yeah.
Number one.
Okay,
Okay.
we know
Number
that.
two, I got to work this out in my head. Okay. So it's kind of like,
Okay, do it out
like-
loud so we know what you're thinking.
yeah, like we're talking
show,
about
show your work.
we're talking about 10 full loads in a broad.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's gonna stink. That's gonna smell.
You know-
Yeah,
you know
that's a
what-
little
you know
rough.
what-
It's not gonna smell.
That's gonna
And
smell.
It is
Wait,
gonna
wait,
smell.
It's not gonna smell. It's right. It didn't sit there for 4 hours. It's just you're right. You're the
there's
next guy in
10
line.
Jizz.
There's
It's gonna
10. Yeah,
stink like
right. That's-
Jizz.
You're the
Yeah,
next guy.
mixed
You're
in
the
with
next
everything
guy.
else that's in there.
The jizz on her face is gonna smell just as bad, and your nose is gonna be right in it.
But I'm not
Yeah.
touching that.
You know
Yeah,
what?
but your nose
I'm
is
not-
gonna.
I'm
You're
not-
like
I
this.
know. I know. I'll
Hey,
probably have my.
if I pull my dick out and it has the load of another
Ugh.
man on it,
I'm
let
gonna
alone
gag just thinking
10.
about that.
I got a little bit of a fucking
Oh
problem.
no.
100%.
Yeah, I think it's gross
Yeah.
too. I would.
You know what? You know what Fouad said?
No, you don't think it's gross. That's the funny part.
Fouad said, it's lube. You know?
I'm not fucking somebody missionary style with fucking load all over her face. I'm not. No.
But you're gonna
I'm
put
not
your
doing
dick in fucking a load soup that's inside of this woman's.
I'd wash it off after. It's fine.
Ugh.
I don't want to bang her with her fucking load in my face.
Yeah, but at least in this,
like
in
not
this
her load,
scenario,
but
you
10
don't
guys'
have to
loads. Huh?
In this scenario, at least you don't have to kiss her, so it's like not that bad.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't do it. I can't
If
do
you
it.
have to kiss her, then it changes everything. And
For
it's
sure.
I won't.
For sure.
I wouldn't be able to get hard. I'd be like, "There's load all over your face. You're
like
disgusting."
close my eyes. Just
How
close
about
my
what
eyes.
if she?
Yeah.
What if we turn it so she's riding you and her face is over you and there could be drip onto your
Oh, I'm
face,
gonna gag just talking about this. I got a weak stomach for this.
I like
stuff.
it.
I swear.
and then it goes in your mouth, Paul, and it's
Oh
like,
my god! No, seriously, I'm gonna.
Whoop.
Okay, I like that one. What about now?
Paul's gone.
Okay, enough of that. I don't want to throw up. Don't do that. Let's talk about something else.
Death
Ugh.
in that scenario.
Get the fuck out of here.
I think
Too
in that
far.
scenario, I'm still
Ugh.
choosing the facials.
No way.
With
Yeah,
the
because like a
drip on
little
you?
drip I can deal with, but like,
Oh, come on.
but like dealing with like kissing it, like just like actually like, putting my mouth like on that. is
Well,
about that.
Paul officially has the lowest percentage of everybody on here.
Of what?
The lowest gay percentage.
I got a weak stomach.
Hey, you know what? I gotta tell you guys. A guy in last week's chat was giving me shit because we talk about gay stuff all the time, and he's like, "You shouldn't make fun of gay people," and I'm like,
Don't make fun of them.
well, we kind of do, but my
Well,
rebuttal was we make fun of everybody. Like Ian makes fun of me because I'm fucking Arab.
you guys rip on me
We
constantly.
started the
Look, I can
podcast off on
Paul's like, you're relentless.
Right, yeah.
And I can
Get
tell
some
you
thick
guys,
skin, pal.
Well,
Being
what
a nerd-
actually his rebuttal to that was, it's different if you make fun of the guy if he's there. So if we had a gay guy here, we could rip on him all we wanted.
yeah, but I.
So,
can
but then I
tell
said
you-
we rip on Asians, we rip on
We
Mexicans.
talk about everyone behind their backs too.
Yeah. What I said was it's kind of like the if it's gay if you're gay situation. It's the intent that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I don't give a fuck who fucks who. I actually don't care if you're gay, straight, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. We're just having a fucking laugh. So anyway,
What was that?
So, I mean, we have a gay fellow that works at the office.
do you?
He's ruthless.
Is that a D? Did you say he's worthless?
He's ruthless.
Oh,
I
was like, that's not very nice.
Fucking dude, whenever he gets on a roll, man, he is mean as fuck.
I work with a lot of gay people. I work with some of my favorite people at work are lesbians.
I love
Is this
lesbians.
Is this the same?
I work with a couple of them that are super cool.
Is
I
this
mean,
the same?
Being Arab is worse than being gay, and you're still here with Fouad, you know?
My God. You're an idiot. Well, I don't know how much of that I have to cut out because it's very, very disgusting what we were talking about. And I don't know why our brains work that way. I don't know how we reached, I don't even know how the beginning of that conversation started. But for people watching, I just want you to know that Bro Chat extends into every fucking day. It's not just on camera. Anyways,
I'll tell you how it started.
how did it start?
I asked you guys if you ever watched a full scene of a porno.
Oh,
yeah.
that's right.
And I said it was psychotic if you have.
Yeah, and I
'Cause
said
was
I've
like,
only
why?
I said max 4 minutes. This is the farthest I've gotten.
But like start to finish, a 20-minute clip. You just
Yeah, there's no way.
went through that hard.
There's no way.
You know, it's kind of like
I'm starting with the blowjob and then I'm getting to the end. And I'm done.
yeah.
Go ahead, Paul. It's like what?
It's kind of like when people talk about like certain sex scenes, like in TV shows that they're like, oh, you got to see this. You know, he shows this girl's tits or whatever. Like, it's fucking TV sex. Like, how hot can that be?
Who said that to you recently?
I hear that all the time.
No one's ever said
From your
that.
lesbian friends at work.
Yeah.
Dude, I haven't heard that since I was like 12. What are you talking about?
No, I hear people talk about it all the time. Like, you got to watch this one show and this one girl and they're so hot, they show her tits, blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
Really?
that's not much.
These are grown men?
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe
That's
their wives don't let them watch porn. That's why.
Maybe. Or yeah, that's probably you're right.
Or they hide in the bathroom like all of you guys, not like me.
I got a bigger
You're in the front foyer.
got a bigger house now. I don't have to do that anymore.
Fouad's got the surround sound on at like 3 p.m.
He's at it again.
He's at it again.
Hey, honey.
Seth, did I
I
ask
can't
you
get enough of this scene.
Seth, did I ask you this before? Were you part of this podcast when we were talking about getting caught? Oh, okay. So I have a question.
We'll tell him what you do first.
No, let's ask him first, and then I'll tell him what we do. Okay. So does your I don't know if you don't have to answer if you don't want to, if it's too personal. Does your wife care if you watch porn?
I don't know. We never really brought it up, but I couldn't imagine it's, like a deal breaker.
So do you hide away in shame when you're watching porn, trying to rub one out? Like, do you hide away in the basement?
I don't think I would term it hiding away in shame. I think it would be privacy.
Yeah.
It's
It's all perspective, eh?
Fouad knows nothing about that.
No, wait.
My dick and I
It's
have a relationship. Okay, we like each other.
Okay, wait a minute. There is shame, maybe not for you, but these other guys have been caught shamefully,
I've never been caught.
or
I've never been caught.
they try not to get caught because they feel shame about what they're doing.
Well, I
So-
mean,
That's
here's
me
the
time.
thing, though. Here's the thing, though. Women don't understand the relationship that a man has with his dick. We have been together longer than her and I have been together. There are things that I know about my penis that I've tried to teach her about my penis. Great job, but I'm like, man, I can still fucking. It is
Okay.
mine. It will always be mine.
Okay, but let me ask you this: is it strictly like? Let me ask you: if you're having some fun and you're in the basement hiding, you're in the basement hiding in privacy, and she walks downstairs and you're having fun with yourself.
Yeah.
Do you feel shameful, or do you just keep going, or do you stop? What's the scenario?
Guess what Fouad does?
No, just shut up. Shut up, Mike. I want to hear his answer.
I mean, I'm gonna be like, fuck. All right.
Really?
Like, I don't know if I'm gonna feel like
See, that's shame.
shame. Like that's a
That's
bad
shame.
term.
That's shame. If you say,
It
"Oh
is
fuck,"
it is okay, it is a form of shame, but I don't know if I'm
Right.
gonna be like, it's gonna ruin my day. I'm just gonna be like, yeah.
Okay, let me ask you: do you stop and like
Yes.
pull up your pants? You do.
Well, yeah, I definitely stop.
Ruins the
or,
moment for sure.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm just gonna keep going and be like, come on in, let's go.
It's kind of like taking a shit, Fouad.
No, it's
all
not
what you
like
do, man.
it's not like taking a shit at all. Because
of,
I don't
yeah.
want anybody to help me shit, but I wouldn't mind if somebody helped me.
Oh, you're looking at
my
it from that
look.
angle.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Well, realistically,
What the
that's
fuck do you
probably
think
low
I'm-
likelihood.
Yeah, I probably don't
Well, here,
stop that.
what do you think? Do you think that okay, so you walk in on your wife rubbing one out.
Oh, I'm watching.
I've been waiting for that.
He's standing in the
Sure.
corner.
I'm just gonna stand there and be like, "This is amazing." What are you talking about?
I don't know if
And
that's
then
feeling
if she says, "Do you want to help?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm there."
What if
I
you
don't think
come
they
in
think like we do.
and she's diddling herself and she's watching like fucking BBC porn on the big screen?
Oh man, better talk later.
Yeah, I mean, in the moment, we're probably just gonna go ahead with it, but we'll talk after.
Yeah. Seize the moment, and then we'll talk about this issue
Carpe
later.
diem.
Yeah.
Okay, Seth. So you're not going to ask her to join. You're going to completely just pull your pants up and walk away like nothing happened.
No. We're not like walking away. It's going to be probably somewhat of a discussion, and hopefully she's into it, and then we're good to
See,
go.
so that's the same thing, Mike.
But you still haven't
That's
said
the
what you
same
do.
thing. That's the same thing.
Yeah, Fouad, you're more
Yeah,
like
but what?
you're like going. She comes in. You're like, so you gonna join or what?
See what I got going on here?
You want some of this? You want some of this?
That's the same thing. That's the same thing Seth just said.
No,
Seth-
no, it's
okay,
not.
Seth-
Oh,
Don't
Seth-
try to
Seth
I
said,
That is not what
he's
Seth
gonna
said.
walk
He's
in.
pulling up his pants and having a civilized adult
No,
discussion.
that's not what he said. He said, hopefully, no, he said,
Adult
he said-
discussion.
no,
while your
he
dick's in your
said,
hand.
hopefully it's going to continue. That's what he said.
Yeah.
But what if it doesn't?
Hopefully.
Yeah, well, I'm also hoping. I'm not.
But what if it doesn't, though?
But I'm
Yeah,
not
but
about to waste time.
I think it's Seth's case though, where the difference is if she is not into it, he's stopping anyways. Where you're like,
Yeah.
"Man, fuck it, I'm going.
Wait a
Right.
minute.
Yeah.
So Seth, if she says, if she sits down and you got your meat hanging out and you're like, so what are we gonna do? And she's like, nothing.
No one's doing that other than you.
No, wait. He just
You're
said
right.
they're gonna have a discussion. So they have a
With his
discussion.
pants up. His pants are up at this point.
Oh, you pull your pants? Did you pull your pants up at this point?
I mean,
No,
Yeah,
you didn't. No, you
he-
fucking didn't. Don't
You
lie.
at least covered yourself.
it depends on so much. It depends on the position, where we are, everything that's going on.
Position.
You know what I
You're
mean?
sitting
Like,
on the
if you-
couch in the basement.
She creeps
David-
up behind her and you don't see her.
Yeah. What do? Do you put a pillow over it, or do you just leave it out?
That's what I would do.
Paul, you'd put a pillow over it.
I would, yeah, but I
Why?
wasn't doing nothing. I was watching TV.
Why? You're in your house.
I was in my house.
Pants around
I
your
guess-
ankles.
I guess we all have.
I don't know.
homework
I
to
come up
do.
with something.
Wait. I want to know. What'd you
Ice
say?
on my
Seth?
knee.
What'd you
We
say?
have
Seth?
homework to do. We're all going to get caught over the next 7 days.
I get caught daily. I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
I'm master of my own fucking domain. I don't give a fuck.
Who has been like that for 20 years?
No, I don't get caught
That's
daily. I'm
fucking
just
insane.
fucking around. But I don't go anywhere. Like if I'm in the bedroom and I feel like whatever, I'm doing whatever. If she walks in, I'm
What if she was working in bed on her laptop next to you and you felt like doing it? Would you leave or would you just start doing it and be like,
Oh, he'll
so
do
you
it in front of
gonna
her.
fuck me or what?
He has no shame when it comes to this.
no,
He'll do it
I
right in
would
front of her.
not. No, I would shut the fuck
Shame.
up, Paul.
So you would have some self-restraint then, or like would you ask her?
Yeah.
Like what would you do?
No, if she's working and I'm like, I want to jerk off or if I want to fuck, I'm not going to make her stop working. I'll just leave the
So you'll
room.
just jerk off
What-
next to her, you'll leave.
What if,
No,
what
I'll
if
leave
she's
the
watching a
room.
movie? What if she's watching a movie?
No, I'm not.
On a
No,
laptop.
I'm not that fucking disgusting. Come on.
He's like, you guys are embellishing this so much. Stop
Yeah,
it.
you guys are totally exaggerating.
I'm just
this
throwing
shit.
different
You're gonna be
scenarios at you.
here.
All I
can't do
said was I don't feel shame for fucking jerking off. So in Seth's scenario, if he's in the basement, sitting on the couch, having fun with himself, and she walks in, as he said, they're gonna have a discussion, which basically is him saying,
Why
you want to help? You want to help? You want to help? and she's
Yeah.
gonna go, and she's gonna go, no, I don't feel like it. The difference between me and Seth is, Seth, are you gonna stop, or are you just gonna finish with her not there? Like, if she says no, I don't want to help, and she leaves, do you finish, or do you like, I'm just gonna do this tomorrow?
Or
I
later
mean,
today.
or later today.
I'll wait an hour, come back.
Yeah.
Into these notes.
She'll cool off in an hour.
Like I said, I think the biggest thing is I don't know if women fully understand our relationship with our dick.
Why do you have to be so complex with your answer? Why can't you just say, she's gonna leave the room and I'm gonna finish?
I don't know if I'll finish right away. It depends on if she got really mad at me for it. I'd be like, oh, like that sucks, and then have to get myself back together because literally an hour later, I'm gonna be like, I should have finished jerking off earlier.
It's because unfinished business still to attend to.
I mean, it's me and my dick, but I guess that's the shame that you're speaking of. But if she's like, why didn't you tell me? I would have loved to come down and join. Then I'd be like, fuck yeah, we're in.
So the only difference between me and you guys is I'm finishing what I started.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not a quitter.
That's
right. Yeah.
Once you start something, I gotta finish. I see it through to the end.
Admirable. It's admirable.
It's honorable, right, Paul? Like,
Yes,
when you start something, you gotta finish it. You can't just walk away.
I wish I was more like that.
Look, I'm not saying I'm normal, but I don't think it's also normal to feel shame for jerking off. I don't think that's right. I think we should start a movement amongst men that you're allowed to fucking do what you want to do.
How often is there like what's excessive?
Listen, as long as it's not, obviously there's excess.
Yeah.
I would put it this way: if it doesn't affect your sexual relationship with your wife, then it's not too much. But if you don't want to bang your wife anymore because you're jerking off,
then you can't get your dick hurt.
It's a fucking problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the whole big deal with porn. Like, I think that it skews the perception of what it's supposed to be like, especially with these youngins. Like, there's some wild shit on the internet. Like, some of these youngins probably get wrapped up. You're 12, 13 years old watching some crazy shit. Like, man, don't do those things. You're not going to have 10 loads on a face to face fucking a girl, you're not
peeing all over each other.
Right. You never know. You never know. You might have to make that decision.
I've been in that situation many times.
I have to cut the first half hour of this podcast out.
No way.
What the hell? Free speech, man.
Nothing was offensive.
Okay, let's move on to some real shit. Samson's doing France.
Yeah.
You know what? Before we get into bodybuilding stuff, what's going on with you guys this week? Mike, I saw that you're releasing a pre-workout. When is this going to happen?
We're aiming for end of October. So
what are you doing? Are you building out a full supplement line? Are you doing just a pre-workout? What are you doing?
Right now, it's just going to be the pre. I have 2 other products that I want to release in time, but I just want to see how the pre does first, and release a couple of flavors of that and see how things go. Not in a rush by any means. So,
is it going to be Canadian? Is it going to be American? Is there anything you want to tell anybody? It's going to be American.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to tell anybody about it, or are you just keeping this all kind of under wraps until you're ready to show everyone?
Yeah, when it's ready to go, it'll go. It's very on brand, though. I'll say that. You guys will like the name.
Can't wait to see the formula.
Is it going to be like a really built out formula, or is it just going to be like enough for like a daily workout, like energy booster kind of product?
No, it's a fully built out formula.
Good.
Yeah,
I didn't see it. I was looking for it. Did you post it in your stories, or where was it?
No, I've just been like teasing it, but not posting much about it. Just trying to keep people guessing,
Yeah.
What else is going on, Mike? Anything new? Anything else? Any other?
No, me and Ian went to see Shane Gillis on the weekend.
Yeah, how was that?
Yeah, how'd that go?
It's funny you talked about the jerking off thing, because there was a fucking really funny jerk off joke in that. So
I bet you he
way
doesn't.
too long to explain, but it's.
I bet you he doesn't fucking stop either.
Yeah.
No, he probably doesn't.
Was it a good time though? I heard. I saw a thing where the guy before
The
Shane
guy before
Gillis,
him bombed. Yeah,
he got booed off stage.
Really?
Crazy.
Why? Just wasn't
I
funny,
think
or
it was
what?
I think it was on purpose, personally, but
I don't know. It was weird, man. He like came out with some like school shooter manifesto joke that like really never came to like a punchline, and it was like, and the crowd started stirring a bit, and then he started like talking to the crowd of like, can you guys not, can you hear me okay? And then the crowd like obviously could hear him. Like the audio wasn't great. It was a little echoey in there, but we could still hear everybody okay. So then he started being like, can everybody hear me? And then the crowd like kind of like, then stirs and like little boos popped up here and there. And he was kind of like, what? Like, what are you guys saying? And then it got like awkward and then more boos started to pick up.
Oh, no.
And then he like tried to keep going with his set and it was like still bad. And there was no jokes really, like no punchlines. And then they booed more. And then he kind of like stopped awkwardly and he's like, okay. And then eventually he was just like, fine, you guys want me to leave? Like, fuck, okay. And then put the mic and left. And it was like, he was on stage for 5 minutes, like not even.
Wow.
What the fuck?
It was
Mike,
brutal, man. It was the worst bomb I've ever heard of or seen in comedy ever.
Mike, you think it was on purpose?
Think he froze or?
I feel like he was just like fucking. I feel like they sent him out there just to fuck with people. It was that bad that it was hard to believe that it was real.
Yeah.
I
It's
guess
like he had no joke. There was no joke. It was weird.
He was just like talking randomly, and then like he'd butter,
like,
and then he'd be like, anyway, and you're like,
he was like saying I was like writing a book, and then people were like, and then he's like, oh, don't clap. It's a manifesto. And then it's like, oh, okay. Like, where are you going with this? And then he kind of just like rambled on with it, but it like never came. Like, if you're going to make school shooter manifesto jokes, have a good punchline with it,
Right.
It just didn't go anywhere. It's like it kept kind of just dragging on. There was no joke. And he was just kind of like rambling, talking, but like not, it was like he was just talking. Like he wasn't even telling jokes. It was so weird.
It's weird. Don't
go ahead, Paul.
Don't most headline people like choose their opening acts?
Yeah.
Well, they had a local girl too. She was Iranian.
Yeah.
She was
How was she?
She was close to bombing.
Really?
She was pretty close.
She wasn't great. No. She was pretty
That
bad.
Middle Eastern sense of humor that's not something we're known
She
for.
kept like referencing being attracted to her father.
Yeah.
Like,
What
it was
the
the
fuck?
weirdest. Like,
But that her father was also a massive closet homosexual,
You know what though? I was just thinking of this. Sometimes like you're like you want to get a guy out there that will warm up the crowd so the crowd's having a good time. So when you come out, they're already kind of in a jovial mood. But at the same time, if you get somebody really shit, then anything you say after that's going to be great.
It worked. Because when he came out after, people went fucking insane.
Yeah.
And like when he was telling jokes, like even if they weren't like the greatest jokes, like he was funny. Like Shane killed it for sure. But like some of the jokes were good, but like not the best. And people were laughing. Like if one of the openers had told that joke, it would have been 5% of the laughs,
Right.
But like it was definitely because that guy was so shit right before him. And people were like so happy that Shane was finally on stage. Like,
Right.
Dude, he's funny as fuck.
He was great.
I went to one comedy show. I went to see Tom Segura. And I don't think I'll ever go to another comedy show again. At least the way you guys went in a box, I could do it. I can't. I was sitting like 3 rows up at that show. And I don't know if everybody felt the way I did, but when I watch a comedian, I usually don't belly laugh.
Yeah.
Like I laugh, but I don't belly laugh. Like I don't laugh uncontrollably.
Yeah.
It seemed like everybody around me was belly laughing. So I found myself like kind of fake laughing, just so I wasn't like I wasn't the only guy sitting there and not like, you know what I mean? It's fucking weird. I'm like, have you guys ever experienced that?
Oh yeah.
You have, Paul?
Yeah.
Where
at?
I don't care.
Who did I see? I saw what's her name right? Rhonda. She was in Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Black girl?
Yeah.
Oh, I know you're talking about. Isn't that Wanda Sykes?
Wanda Sykes, sorry. Yeah. I saw her and so she's an awesome comedian.
Right.
Or an awesome actress. I think she's awesome. But I didn't realize it was all gonna, it's gonna be like all lesbian jokes and stuff like that. And it just wasn't really that funny. But I found myself laughing because everyone else there was laughing. So you're just kind of like, I'm gonna be the only guy sitting there, think I'm not having a bad time.
Well, my thing was I was 3 rows up. So like Tom Segura could see me. And I'm positive he's not paying attention to who's sitting in the front row, but I'm like, if I don't laugh, he's just gonna see me not laughing. I felt like, no, I just felt uncomfortable. I'm like, I better fucking just keep the same energy as everybody else. Seth, any comedy show stories?
I love comedy. Love it.
Yeah.
Love comedians, love stand-up. I went to one my entire life, and it was probably the best live show I've ever been to. It was Cat Williams in 2010. Like, no, fuck. Older than that. 2007, something like that. Yeah. Funny as fuck.
Are you one of the guys in the audience who just pissed himself laughing the whole time?
We were one of like 8 white people. Bro, we showed up to this. I mean, that was whenever I was partying pretty hard in my life, drinking, smoking a ton of weed. We bought him when we were all fucked up one night. My buddy Mike did. And then we go to the show and we get high as shit in the car. We get out of the car. We're in a parking garage and we're walking in and we are 4 stoned white dudes. Stoned as fuck. Downtown Pittsburgh. And we're walking in and all of a sudden I'm like, oh no. We didn't even think this was going to happen. We saw dudes in velour suits with pimp hats and everything.
No way.
Like they showed
It's
up.
awesome.
And we're walking in, and we are the only white people walking in. And I'm like, holy fuck. We did not think this through. And we go in and sit down, and we smell like weed. Everybody smells like weed.
Yeah.
And then, like, the MC opens, and 2 minutes into it, he's like, all right, got to ask a question. Where's all the white people at? One section down there and us. Riot.
That's hilarious.
We ended up having a really good time. Everybody around us fucking died because we were just 4 stupid white dudes that were stoned as shit. It was fun.
Very cool. So you guys had fun at Shane Gillis.
That was good.
Yeah.
Did you guys get fucked up?
No.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
I went to a hookah bar after.
Did you really? Did you for real?
Yeah.
Did you make fun of all the Arab people?
No.
No.
Okay, we went in the first place. I found a place on like fucking Google. Found one place that was like close. So I was like, all right, we go there. And you could hear it from outside. It was fucking like loud in there.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? You go upstairs, it's pitch black in there. Like the air is so filled with smoke. It was crazy. And then there was like some kind of crazy Arab party in there where they were all like standing in a big circle, like jumping, like, ah!
Yeah,
like, you know,
that's awesome. Yeah.
it was fucking nuts in there. But then it was so loud we couldn't even hear like anything. Talked to the guy. They had no tables left. There was a big party in there. So we went to another place that was like a lot more quiet. And it was good. And then the owner came up at one time and he's like, what are you guys doing here? It's like 4 white people. Like, you guys know a lot of Arabs. Like, what are you doing? You know, I'm like, I don't fucking know. Just smoking some hookah. Like, fuck off. You know.
Are hookah bars big Arab things?
The hookah is an Arab thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it's like
Flavored tobacco.
it's basically a water bong with flavored tobacco on it.
Yeah.
It's good. I did it. My mom and dad used to smoke hookah like all the fucking time when I was a kid. I never smoked with them. When I went to Dubai was the first time I smoked hookah.
really.
Yeah. It was sad story. I wanted to smoke a hookah with my mom or dad before they passed. Never happened. But I got the chance in Dubai. It's actually relaxing. It's kind of cool. And it tastes good.
We used to smoke
Social.
hookah with like me and my buddies, like when we were in like grade 9, 10, 11, like a couple buddies had hookahs and we'd just like go sit in their fucking back porches and smoke hookah with like 6, 7 guys, you know?
Put some hash in there.
I don't think we ever really did that, but we smoked a lot of hookah.
We did.
Paul's like,
We
missed
did.
out.
You did it wrong. All right. Okay, let's move to bodybuilding. We had France this weekend and Samson decided to jump in. So there's been a lot of talk, mostly positive. How do you guys feel about it? Ian, you want to go first?
Sure. Yeah, I think it's either going to be like the smartest thing ever or not. I mean, you know, I don't think there's much of a bad side that can come from it. I mean, I think he showed after the Arnold UK that he improved between 2 shows, and they did that gap between the Arnold and the Arnold UK with him and Marlena. So I think that they know how to do this and that they can be better from the first show to the second. So using this as an opportunity, 1, maybe get like a little bit of a trial run, and 2, knowing that you are generally better in the second one. I think, I mean, when you think of all of it, I mean, and plus getting a payday, it's like, why not? You know, it's 2 weeks before the Olympia, you get a payday, you get to, you know, maybe try a peak together. And then also, you know, you kind of go through that process and maybe you jump out the other side looking better, which like I always did. Like when I did Texas, I did Tampa right before that. I looked better the next one. Like I always looked a little better, and Samson seems to think he does too. So yeah, I think it's going to be one of those things where it's either going to be like the smartest thing ever, and people will be like, he looks so good because of that, or if he doesn't look great, people are going to blame it on that. So it's going to go one way or the other.
Right. Seth, what do you think about it?
100% agree. That's the first thing I thought of whenever I saw it. I was like, this is either going to be the greatest thing he could do or the dumbest fucking thing he could do. I'm indifferent about how I feel. the thing is, we know that he looked better the second show, so it's kind of like this could be a good thing, but then this is a big fucking risk. In
What
my
do you
opinion.
think? What do you think as an athlete? I don't care what the public thinks. Well, I mean,
Okay.
I'm not saying I don't care what the public thinks. I do care, but I actually also just care what you think as an athlete yourself. Like, is this something that's like way too risky, or do you understand it? Do you think it would something you might ever do?
Well, cool. I mean, we all can understand it, but I mean, it looks like he's added a good bit of size. I haven't been staying up on it enough for him, if he's public about it, how much size he actually added, or how much weight he added.
He doesn't. He hasn't weighed himself. I had a, for those people who want to listen, I had him on the podcast today. If you go to the live section of my YouTube page, you can watch my interview with Samson. He doesn't weigh himself during prep. They stopped doing that like 2 years ago. So like Mel will weigh him, like Mel will check the scale, but he won't look. So he doesn't actually know what he weighs, but he said he feels much bigger than last year.
Looks bigger.
So yeah.
I don't know if I'd do it personally. I don't think I would.
Ian?
I would. Yeah. I mean, I have done it. I wouldn't worry too much about it, especially if you've done it before and know that you can do it with a reasonable success and you know what to expect. Like, look, if this is the first time you'd ever done this, then yeah, I mean, there's going to be more risk. I don't really think there's a ton of risk in it. I think it's 2 weeks between is enough time that even if you use diuretics the first show, that you can manage that into the second show. I think 1 week, yeah, I would say that's a huge risk.
Trickier, yeah.
2 weeks, I think it's not that big of a risk. And if anything, the potential to look better is definitely there, especially for a big guy that has had issues getting super hard. I think this is going to work at his advantage. So yeah, I mean, I don't think it's like a big deal either way. I mean, I think he'll, look maybe a little better. I don't think it'll really affect him in any negative way. And I think it's good to maybe get a little bit of a trial run before, I think the only thing is like, and I know the judges at the Olympia don't give a flying fuck about this. They're judging what they see on the day of the show. But you just lose a bit of the Olympia allure, from a fan standpoint. Like I said, I don't think the judges care or they're judging what they see on that Friday, Saturday. They're not like, ooh, like he killed his momentum because he didn't look good 2 weeks before. It doesn't matter. But I think from an allure from the fan standpoint, when you go into the Olympia, coming off the Arnold and stuff, I think there's more anticipation when they haven't seen you. If you break that anticipation 2 weeks at a smaller show, it's meh. But
You're right, but at the same time, that could also work the flip side. Like,
but if he looks absolutely outrageous, then yes, it could. Yeah.
Then people are gonna be like, "Holy fuck, that's a new Samson," right? Like, it's still gonna be a reveal one way or another, right?
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Like, what do you think about the whole thing? Do you think guys should be competing more? Do you think it's just a personal decision? Do you think it's a good idea, bad idea? What do you think about it?
Well, I think in the case of Samson, I think it's a great idea. I think it's a fucking showing he has some fucking balls too, being like, fuck you guys, like I'm ready now. And I agree. Fuck. You know what I mean? Like that's how I kind of look at it. I don't look at it as like, oh, I'm trying to feel this out and see how this goes. But I agree with everything Ian's saying and everyone else is saying. Like it's obviously you have a chance to even be better the second time because you pull pretty hard on the first.
Right.
And like there's no real competition in France, let's be honest, for this show.
Right.
When it comes to him anyway. But it's like I think it's just a ballsy move. I think it'll fuck with a lot of guys too.
Yeah.
They'll be like, like they'll see him in shape while they're still on the road to getting in shape. And they're like, this guy's already fucking like this, and this could strike fear in people's hearts, right? Like, well, fuck, like they could make them overcompensate. It could make them fucking change their game plan. It could do a lot of things, right?
Paul, what do you think about? Sorry, go ahead.
To know that he can be in that, to know that he's in that condition, and it's 2 weeks out, and that he's gonna definitely be able to hold that or improve it, is like got to be like a little bit of a mind fuck to these guys.
Yeah, Paul, what do you think about for the sport?
I think it's great for the sport. I think it's awesome. I wish more top guys would compete more often, like Samson's doing.
Well, I mean, it's funny. You wouldn't expect this out of Mr. Olympia, so I don't want to put Derek on the spot, but I'm sure there's other guys that are in shape that could do this exact same thing.
Yeah,
like I bet you, I bet you Nick is probably already in shape. Right. Hottie's last update, if it was accurate timing, I don't know if it was a previous video I saw, but it looked like from the back he still needed more to go. But like I bet you Nick is already there, so like there's probably other guys that could jump in and do this kind of thing too. Do you think in years to come maybe more guys will try it, or do you think this is just a Samson thing because he's that kind of person?
I think as long as we see the prize money keep going up like the way it is, we'll see it more and more. It's more incentive for these guys. If it's just a 10 grand paycheck for some guys, that's not worth
Do you
it.
think that's it though? Do you think
Some of it.
let's play a game. Let's say, because I don't know if I do, because I think guys are scared to fuck up their Olympia prep. So let's say France was $50,000 or even $100,000. Do you think somebody like Nick, Hottie, Derek being Mr. Olympia, will leave him out? But do you think somebody like Nick, Nick, Hottie, Andrew, Brandon Curry, you think they would risk it?
I think a couple of them would for the payday. If it's 100 grand, yeah. 50, yeah, even 50, like 50 is a good payday, I think.
Yeah.
Especially if you're already in shape for the show 2 weeks out. I think it would spur a couple of them for sure. But if it's 10 grand, that's not going to do it.
Seth, do you think money is a factor in any way, or do you think guys are just competing when they want to compete?
I mean, for Brandon Curry, I think that he could probably do it simply because he's on the outs of his career. But I don't know if Nick, Hottie, or Andrew would take that risk. I do think that some of those guys that are in that, like Martin, Martin might, but I think that Martin's climbing the ranks right now and is very focused on having a very good showing at the Olympia. And I don't know if he'd be willing to take that risk, but I think some of those other guys in that 5, 6 to 10 category definitely would, for sure.
Do you think it would be smart? Let me ask you this. Do you think it would be smart for guys that don't really compare with Samson at all, but want to compare with Samson? Like, let's take like Raphael, for example. Most of us have Raphael 8, 9, 10, 11, somewhere in there. And most of us have Samson anywhere from first to fourth. Do you think Raphael jumping into that show in France would put him right next to Samson and make it more clear at the Olympia, or you think it doesn't matter? Iain, you're not. Iain, are you muted?
I said I don't think it matters.
Oh, okay.
You mean like he would get a better look in that top tier?
Well, I just think now, look, at the Olympia, you might not see Raphael in the same call out with Samson.
Yeah.
You might, but you might not.
Mm-hmm.
At the France show, you're definitely going to see them next to each other. So
right.
if you're a guy that's a second tier bodybuilder and you want to be looked at next to the first tier guy, is France a good idea for you? Because now you're like, they're going to put me right next to Samson and everyone's going to get to see me there.
And then, like, from a personal standpoint, that way you can tell what you need to do to get to that next tier.
Well,
or you think just help
from a personal standpoint, from a fan standpoint, from a judging standpoint, maybe the judges look at him and go, hey, you know what? He's a lot fucking closer than we thought.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So like, there's no real negative to that for someone like a Raphael,
unless they think that bridging between two shows that are, far apart in proximity is going to be a difficult jump for them. Samson's already in the UK.
Right. Samson's driving.
France is a 45-minute flight for him. He can fly over there.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it's not traveling. Like for a North American bodybuilder or someone in Brazil, you're flying like 7 hours to France, and then you know what I mean? It's a lot of travel. For Samson, it makes perfect sense. He's like fucking 10 minutes away from France. So
yeah,
for him, it makes perfect sense.
Samson said he's driving it. So he said it's like a 5 or 6 hour drive. So you're right about it.
You don't even have to get in a plane,
I didn't think about that. Is there somebody in the second tier, like a Mo Fuda, or Theo's already doing the show? Is there somebody else in Europe that might go, hey, that's a good idea? Bonac? I don't know if Bonac, he's a little bit more seasoned. I don't know if he needs that kind of look.
This would have been a show I would have liked to see like Baruz or get into guys that might not make it to the Olympia that can get next to a guy like Samson. I think that would be a good one to, because if you're getting pretty close now and you probably are not going to be there, Samson's a top dog. You could, put a lot of doubt in people's mind of like where you could have placed,
Right.
Man, if he doesn't end up making there and you look good next to Samson, it's like, holy shit, maybe Baruz could have been like 5th or 6th,
You know what? The Baruz one is a really good one.
Yeah, Baruz or Nathan, or I think would both be a good one to toss in that lineup, especially Baruz, because, it's been a few years. He hasn't been there. He's very anticipated to be an Olympia lineup. I think that it's a missed opportunity for him, I think. But I also think they're like sitting waiting for his Olympia visa, which I don't think is happening. But,
Right. All right, let's do this really quickly.
Isn't what is the other one? The Legion Sports Fest?
Yeah, I'm going to go through that one too. Let's go through this one first. Okay. I'm going to go through you guys one at a
What's the
time.
over under that Ali Edward is actually doing the show, as he's been on the last 10 fucking things and not done anything?
Under.
I
Fuck
don't know.
him.
I don't know, but we need to
Fuck yeah.
make a rule, like, if for the not available ones, if we're going to put them in the lineup.
No, we're Ali Edward hasn't been doing shows. Let's guess that he's not in this one as well.
Yeah, but then what if he ends up in the top 5? Then we're like, what do
Then
we
we
do?
just shift it. We just shift everything up.
All right.
Or we can do it the other way and use him, and then if not, shift everybody up. You know.
Okay, Ian. I'm just going to put Samson first for everybody because I'm assuming that's what everybody's going to say.
Right.
Okay. Samson. Okay. Ian, second
Okay.
place.
I can bang out my top 5 for you right here.
Okay, go ahead.
Samson.
No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because I don't want you to influence Paul. Paul's going to cheat.
Oh, I already got mine.
Okay.
Look, I'll just go. It's fine. Yeah.
No, Paul, you go first then.
Okay.
Okay, go.
Samson,
I don't know who the fuck these guys are.
Theo,
Theo,
Presty,
Presty,
Mo,
Mo,
and Mo Nasur.
Nasur.
And fifth, I'll go Ali Edward. But do I got to pick a 6 then too in case he doesn't show up?
Yes.
Okay, then Hoffman.
So Edward and then Hoffman.
Yeah.
Okay. Ian, you want to go?
Samson, Presty, Theo, Mo, Ali, and then Enrico. Enrico, then Ali. Enrico, then Ali.
Hoffman, Edward.
No Lewis Breed in the show, right?
Is there anybody we're missing in here out of the notables? Samson, Ali, Edward, Hoffman, Theo, Mansour, Presty. Anybody know any of these other guys?
Is this the final list too?
As
Yeah.
far as I can find, yeah. Okay, Seth.
Samson, Presty, Theo, Hoffman, Mo, and Edward.
Hoffman,
This
fourth.
Theo fellow looks really good.
Hoffman,
Theo.
Hoffman fourth, and who fifth?
Mo.
Edward? Oh, Mo fifth. And Sewer, and then Edward sixth, just in case. Okay. Mike?
Samson, Presty, Mansour, Theo, Hoffman, Edward.
Theo, Hoffman, Edward. I'm going to go Samson, Theo, Presty, and Sewer, Edward, Hoffman.
Same as me.
Same as you, Paulie.
Copy me. Good start move, Fouad.
Yeah, I copy.
Stick with me.
All right, we got our picks. Let's go to the Legion. This is September 28th, so that's this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Oh, I
The
didn't know
both
they
shows?
I didn't know they were the same weekend.
I didn't know that either.
Oh, what the fuck?
That's weird.
This is a loaded show.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna write this one down as I'm not doing all this fucking.
Do you
Where's
see
this show?
Keith Williams back in there?
Okay, so
Jason Lowe.
notables.
Quite a few. Brett.
So you're gonna do a save as and save that file as a second one. We'll do 2 guesses.
No, I'm just gonna write them down. Just make it easy on me, please.
Rashid Oldaker. There's a name I haven't fucking seen in a minute.
That's what I was thinking. This is like an
Oh,
old
this-
lineup all of a
This
sudden.
guy's a big fucking guy.
That's Ronnie Coleman, motherfucker. Yeah.
I know. Bruno Santos,
man.
Brett Wilkins, Keith. Okay, it's a deep lineup, but I don't. Dennis Reinhold is looking really good lately, actually.
Really?
Justin Rodriguez.
Here, let me show you. Oh shit, I closed it. Oops. 1 second.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a big motherfucker.
Yeah, he's put on a lot of size.
Yeah.
This is Dennis Reinhold. This is like more recent photo.
They're real.
last time I looked at it, the size didn't translate to the stage, but he seems like he's put on even more size now. Like, look at this
He's a
fucking
pretty
shit.
big dude.
His
Yeah.
pictures are crazy.
He's dense.
He's very, very good. His fucking proportions are crazy. I just don't know what he looks like from the back right now. Let's see if we can find a back shot somewhere. Hamstrings need a bit. Let's see. So far, the hamstrings are a little behind. Let's see what. Look how big he is there. Holy
Fuck
fuck.
yeah.
It's tough though when they don't post a back shot.
I know. It's always tells me something.
It worries me. What's this? Side tricep. I don't know. The lats look okay from the front. Like they're not. Wait, what's this? Side chest. Front double. Front lat. There's a back shot. Yeah, a little light in the hamstrings.
Yeah.
Back's pretty good in the lat spread. I don't know what that would look like in a back double. Oh, there we go. Oh,
There we go,
okay.
yeah.
A little bit lagging in the back.
Yeah, a little narrow.
Great traps, ROMs. Lats are a little bit lagging.
Hamstrings, like you said, Fouad.
Okay. Massive fucking dude though. Okay,
Huge.
let's go back to Bodybuilders Without Borders. This is the lineup. Is there anybody else we want to look at? Want to look at Old Decker? See what's up there? What he looks like currently, maybe? Nothing? Oh, it's private. That can't be him, is it?
Yeah, it says IFB neutral.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's weird. Okay, we can't look at him.
What about Jason? Jason Lowe?
Patrick Moore. Jason Lowe looks good, but still don't know if he's big enough to compete with these guys, but we'll take a look anyway.
He's been progressing and keeping his proportions pretty well.
Yeah. He's putting on good size. It's clean and he looks good. It just
Not enough yet.
he's in that like in between phase between like he's too big for 212 and maybe not big enough for open.
Is this his first show this year?
I believe so.
This is 1 week out. I mean, he's not ready.
Yeah. He got massive glutes too. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else do we want to look at?
How about Ann Wynn?
He won't have posted anything.
Yeah. And I've given up.
Does Rashid Oldiker have Instagram? Yeah, he's tagged up there in the thing.
I just looked at it and it was private.
Oh, sorry, I was stepped away ahead into.
No, let me see. Yeah, this one, it's private.
Justin Rodriguez is doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is it?
And Bruno.
There it is.
Bruno
Oh, there it
Santos.
is, there it is.
This is a cool line. And Bruno too. Yeah.
Yeah. Brett.
I think Brett's gonna win. So
Yeah.
just
He'd be the
relax.
favorite. But Bruno's not going to be easy to take out.
I don't know, dude. Brett's got way more detail.
We'll see. I don't know.
Like,
Yeah, I
Brett's
agree.
just a
But
clean physique, man. Like,
Dude, I don't think
Brett
it's
has a
gonna,
fucking
you
wild.
think it'd be close?
I don't think it's gonna be close,
I
dude.
don't
'Cause
think
you know what? You know what I think he's gonna do? I think he kind of fell off a bit there for a couple shows, but I think you remember the first show where he really came up, like at the Tampa Bay, where he was
close to Hunter. Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
Tampa.
push
It was
Hunter.
I think it was Tampa. He took second to Hunter, and everyone was like, "Fuck, he looks better than Hunter," but he was too small.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna look like that, but now he's bigger.
Yeah. I like the approach Brett's taking. He's taking his time. You know,
He's
He hasn't-
gonna be fucking. He's got like that Phil Heath condition
Yeah.
where it's like
Quality. Yeah.
where it's like the skin is like wrapped around the muscle real tight, but it's not gritty, but it looks real clean.
I think Brett has an opportunity in 2025 to get into the real talks of a Olympia competitor.
Yeah. I
This
think he's going to bring his back double up a little, but I think everything else is fucking improved like crazy, and he's going to be very tough to beat for any of these guys.
yes.
Yeah, he's gonna be in shape, man. Like it's gonna, like you can see there, he's already just standing there, fucking.
Yeah, I mean, he posted a full set of pictures. Maybe Matt posted it. I'm not sure. Or check his story or his tagged photos, maybe.
Yeah, like it's just he's got such a good ab wall. Like his abs are fucking stacked.
There was a shot of like an ab and thigh, like kind of a side one. It looked fucking nice. Go to his tag. Let's see if there's.
I wonder if
Go down. That's the same. Oh,
look at that fucking shit.
yeah. See, look at his abs, man.
Look
Oh,
at
see,
that.
yeah, this is the
Look at
shot.
this
Yeah.
shit from the back, man. Holy fuck. He's dry and peeled.
That looks awesome.
Man.
Yeah, he's walking away with this fucking thing, guaranteed.
Yeah, big fan, man.
Yeah, he looks great.
Look at it.
Yeah,
Look at this.
look at the abs there. Like,
Nasty.
Yeah.
I like how he's like
Look at
we
this.
said taking his time and
Mhm.
like whenever you see a competitor that has just symmetrical delts, like the delts, the front delt, the rear delt, the how it caps into how it rolls into his triceps, like dude, that's it looks pristine.
Santos, let's see what Justin looks like. Anything new? No, doesn't really. Is this if it I don't know if this is recent.
Says 4 days.
Yeah, I don't know. After looking at Brett, that's tough. This isn't recent. This is in a hotel somewhere. Yeah, this isn't now.
Yeah, but yeah.
This one I think is now.
yeah, I don't think he's quite there.
If we go back to
Who's he work with now? Does he have a new coach, Justin?
I'm not sure who he works with.
Bruno Santos, we already know what he looks like. We already know what Patrick Moore looks like. Rashid's private. Who's this guy?
Oh, he's Canadian. I judged him this year in Edmonton before he got his pro card.
Is he 212? Oh, he's 212. Okay.
But I think he's doing. Is he doing open here? Is he doing? Yeah, I think he's doing open here.
He's going to be too small.
He won a 212 show earlier this year.
He's going to be too small.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to write these down. Just so I don't have to fuck with internet shit. Okay. Who wants to go first? I'm putting Brett first.
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay, Brett first. Paul, Seth, Mike, who you putting first?
Right.
Brett. Paul, Mike, Paul and Seth?
Brett,
Who said Brett?
Seth.
Seth said Brett. Paul?
Brett.
You're
I personally think it's gonna be closer between him and Bruno, though.
Well, then pick him then. Don't be fucking.
Well,
No, it's okay, Paul.
Yeah,
You
stand
know,
by your man.
Yeah, Paul. Come on. You think you know more? Just
Let me
go
see
ahead.
Bruno. You bring up Bruno's Instagram?
Yeah, I'll do that. You just saw him
No,
last
he
week.
goes sight unseen. You don't get to see him. Gotta pick.
This is Bruno.
Gotta stack it against me. That's there's nothing no updates.
No, you
Big
saw
boy.
him. You saw him last week. You have to see him again. This is what he looks like.
Pretty close.
You know
Gonna
what?
be a battle.
I don't think he can beat Brett. I think Brett's going to be too polished, but I want Paul to pick up.
I don't think it's a bad pick. I mean, I think he's a great bodybuilder. I mean, he's qualified for the Olympia, but
I
Yeah.
think
That's what I'm thinking. Is maybe like
No, they don't do
but
that.
why would he
Paul.
do Dad? Why would he do this show otherwise?
They
it's
don't.
true.
They don't. They don't.
Bruno,
do that.
I'll take Bruno.
All right. That's what I
Oh.
like. That's what I like to see.
Nice. We all know who lost this week. No need to pick anymore, boys. Picks are over.
Okay, Bruno. Paul's got Bruno. Okay, who's second place?
Bruno.
Bruno.
Everybody want Bruno?
Yeah,
yes.
Okay, Paul. Oh, sorry, Mike.
I'm
Bruno.
picking whatever else everyone's picks because I have no fucking idea who these people
I just
are.
showed you the guys.
Yeah, but I saw like 3 people out of 20.
Yeah, but those are the most notables. Paul, who are you picking second?
Brett.
Okay, we have one loser. Okay.
If
Third,
I win, you guys are all going to be eating shit.
well, you might get the winner, but you're not going to get the rest. Okay. Okay, you guys need to see the list probably. Let's see.
Yes.
Paul definitely needs to see the list.
Yes.
Of course she does.
A lot of names
Okay.
on that list.
Third place. I'm going to go with, I think I'm going to go with Justin. I don't know what Rashid Oldecker looks like, but
He is a big son of a bitch, but
no, I
don't
know what he looks like. I mean, I don't know what he looks like
think he's gonna be
now.
conditioned
I
yet.
don't know even know who he is.
He's a massive black dude,
Yeah.
ton of muscle, but he
Can you
doesn't.
Google him? Can you Google him and see?
Yeah, actually, we
Is he
can.
the private guy?
Yeah, we can do. Yeah, that's the private guy, but we can Google him. You're right. Rashid Oldecker. This guy.
Yeah, he's fucking
Oh.
gigantic.
He's a big fucking dude. He's very complete, but as you can see here, his conditioning sometimes is a little bit off.
Yeah,
But
I
he's-
did. I did it. I did a few.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at here. Look, check that out.
He literally, like in person for his side
Ooh.
chest, he looks like Ronnie Coleman. It's the craziest thing ever.
Yeah, he's a big fucking dude.
Has it been a while since he's competed or something?
I haven't seen him in like 2 years.
Yeah, probably a couple of years. Yeah.
Look how good that is, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he could be third depending on how he shows up. If he's in shape, he could be second or first.
This is a guy that had the potential or could have been like an Olympia top guy. You know.
I think he was one of Dave Palumbo's guys, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure.
There's a side tricep. He's just thick. Like he doesn't have a big.
This is Tampa. I did one of these Tampas with him. I remember seeing him backstage. I'm like, holy fuck, who is this guy? He's gonna kill us all.
Yeah. He just has a little bit of trouble getting super fucking hard. That's the problem. Yeah, like that's nice shape, man.
He a tall guy?
I don't
Not
think
short.
so. I think he's my height. I remember seeing him at an expo. once.
5'10", 5'11", yeah.
There's a
Big
comparison with a side chest with Ronnie in that one picture.
Yeah, it's not really close, but close.
Yeah. It's not quite Ronnie, but
It's like
I mean,
was a
Ronnie,
teenager.
that's not a real photo. It's like stretched out weird, but look at his face even.
That's Ronnie's fucking physique, dude.
Oh, but look at his face, man. It's like all weird and like
That's what his face looks like.
Dude, it
Remember,
looks like he's fucking AI.
photoshopped a little.
yeah,
That's
that's
what
He's known
This
for a weird face that's stretched.
Guys, this is
One of his
this is
favorites.
real. Don't talk shit about Ronnie.
look at that chin.
That's what his chin looks like.
No.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, there's a picture of Palumbo. You probably never.
Okay. You guys have seen enough. List. Is Rashid Oldecker gonna show up? Or is Justin Rodriguez gonna get it? Or is someone else gonna slide in like
Let's just bang on my top 5 here.
go ahead.
Okay, so I have Brett, Bruno, Rashid, Justin, Patrick Moore. But Patrick Moore certainly could beat Justin, so I'm not sure on that.
Okay. Anybody else want to go with the rest?
I'll go.
Go ahead, Paul.
Patrick 3.
Patrick 3. Paul's definitely gonna lose.
For Justin Rodriguez. And we're going to 5, or what are we doing?
5, yeah.
5. 5. I'm gonna go Jason Lowe with 5th.
Oh my god, Paul's gonna get smoked this week.
No, not wow.
Too late. It's in the box.
Bucks. I'm going
Should have
I
said
might
it, Paul.
If I take it, which I'm not going to, I would probably actually take Justin out of there and put someone else in. But
I'm gonna put Brett, then Bruno, Patrick Moore, Rashid, then Justin.
Rashid. Justin. Oh shit, that was my column. Oops.
Can't see anyways.
Patrick, Rashid, Justin.
I don't know a handful of these people.
Joey Belt, the posing guy's doing this show.
Okay. I'm trying to think of size here. Size wise, it's
We can't forget Dennis Reinhold too, but
Let me go. I want to go. God damn it. Get
Go,
these
Mike.
picks ready to go right now.
go ahead, Mike.
Brett, Bruno, Moore, Patrick Moore, Rashid, Reinhold.
not bad.
Justin's not in my top 5.
Reinhold. All right. I'm the only one left, eh? Fuck, I'm torn on this one. I'm gonna go Rashid.
For the win.
No. Brett, no. Brett, Bruno, Rashid, Patrick. Who's Ray Short? Why does that sound familiar?
Yeah,
Oh
he's
no.
not.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
he's
no.
not.
No. Okay. Fuck. I'm stuck between Dennis and Justin.
Me too. Yeah.
Go with Ken Wu Park.
I'm gonna go Justin, just because.
Justin, get in fucking shape, please. Thank you.
Okay, that's that.
Can we change our Olympia picks now?
Yeah, 1 second.
Mm.
I'm feeling good. I did a good thought about this today, and I'm ready to fucking bang him out here.
You did a good thought.
I did a good thing.
I did it good.
Thinking. I did a good thinking about it. Yeah?
I did a good thought.
Seth, I love my shorts.
Nice.
Yeah, love them.
That's
Oh
the
my
Who
God.
doesn't think my legs look?
Oh
Who
my
thinks my
God,
legs look
dude,
tiny?
you have to fucking see this guy wearing those shorts. It is the funniest.
Which ones?
I don't know why he finds it so funny.
The
The
spandex.
ones with the line underneath.
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know why he
Little-
finds it so funny.
Little stork legs hanging out.
Oh
It's
my
not-
God.
That's not stork at all.
It's
Oh,
hilarious.
muscular.
Mike, you gotta see it.
Brad,
They're
do you ever
super
wear
comfortable.
shorts?
Never anymore.
No, shorts are the tank top of the lower body.
I don't
You don't wear
shorts.
shorts either? Ian? Never?
I don't even own a single pair of shorts other than the ones that Seth just sent me.
Are you
Get
serious?
out of here.
Zero. I have bathing
Really?
suits, but that's all.
Wow, I wear shorts all the time in the summertime. Mike, you wear
I
nothing but
haven't
shorts.
Shorts outside of a
Yeah.
bathing suit setting.
I
in
wear shorts till
probably-
till snow's on the ground.
Yeah.
I haven't
like
worn
shorts.
them out in public in probably over a decade.
Wow. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
He's got small calves.
Yeah.
Well,
What the fuck?
but you got massive quads and hamstrings. Who cares? Just wear,
Yeah, but you can't
just wear
see him when
short
you
shorts.
You can't see him when you're wearing shorts. All you see is the sticks on the bottom.
If you wear short shorts, you can see them.
And then people are like, yo, this guy's so huge, but he has no calves. What the fuck is this shit? You know?
It's like peg leg. It's just like a couple
The
pegs.
Just wear
last
high
time I wore
socks.
shorts was when I used to have huge calves before whatever happened to them happened to them.
Yeah, the
They
same
used
thing
to be
happened to
fucking
me.
massive, and I used to wear shorts every day. Like I would only wear shorts, and now I never. Yeah,
Really?
Same thing
Wow.
happened to Ian's calves that happened to my arms. They just
self-consciousness got them.
disappeared.
No, you tore everything. I don't have any tears. I just fucking melted.
You don't think you have any tears, but they disappeared somehow.
I
Still,
got
it's tight.
I got imaging done and everything. No
Yeah.
no nerve issues. I got all the neurological testing done and MRI. It's not.
You
I
have nerve
It's
damage.
tight fascia, I think.
No.
I have it too.
Seems like what is going on with them and is some kind of like a capillary loss thing. So like where capillary beds are dying, so you're losing like blood flow and connection with the muscle, and then over time they kind of atrophy from loss of blood flow and or ability to even get blood flow to them.
You mean
So
calves?
it's not a neurological thing; it's a capillary bed thing. Yeah.
But I like for myself, speaking on just my own experience, the sweep of my calves is still good. It's the inner head that I lost.
Yeah, I still have the inner head. The outside is huge still, but the inside is just like straight gone.
Me too. Really?
Yeah, and I had EMG and nerve conduction test done. I had imaging done. I had my cervical spine and my lower back, my thoracic spine all imaged. Everything, nothing, zero. Yeah.
I think it's steel toe boots.
And so then I did talk to a guy who had seen a few instances of this, and he said that what they chalked it up to and how they treated it, that they actually got good progress from, was treating it as like loss of angiogenesis, so like loss of capillaries and blood flow. Yeah.
Really?
Paul said it's steel toe boots.
Yeah.
Which
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 If
led to
anyone
that
missed that,
condition.
Paul just said it's steel toe boots
Which led to that condition. So to
for no
simplify
reason.
it.
No, I think it's from training. I think it's hard training spiking cortisol, and then the cortisol releases in big spikes causes like a loss of angiogenesis, like a loss of capillary building and blood flow, and it kills it off in certain areas. Yeah.
And because that's the furthest, like the most extremity, the first
I
extremity.
concur.
You could get it anywhere. It's common. I think guys get it in their calves, but you could get it anywhere, you know?
Yeah,
I
some
have-
guys get in their penis,
I mean-
right? Penis thing too.
Probably
Does that explain mine,
steel
Paul?
toe boots.
Or steel toe boots.
Sorry, Seth, what were you saying?
No, I was gonna say I still have my calves, but in my left calf, there's a part of it that looks like it's kind of chunked out in it. I
Yeah.
didn't tear anything, didn't do anything.
Yeah.
It's just kind of not there. And I'm like, man, what the fuck happened? I like touch it and I'm like it's not as rounded off. And I'm like, I don't know why.
Is it
Yeah.
from you? Is it from when you used to shoot them?
No, I was only one time and it was with fucking T&E back whenever that was a thing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I've actually
I thought
talked to a
it was
few
a good
guys
idea.
with the calf issues, and I guess from Dennis Wolf, his was actually a cervical spine thing where he had some actual pretty significant impingement or something up in his neck that was then traveling down and killing his calves.
Yeah.
So that, yeah, it makes sense for sure.
Yeah.
And I talked to Dorian Haywood, who's recently having this happen just recently. He's the one actually who talked to Dennis Wolf and got his answer from it. But he's had the imaging done in a lot of ways and found nothing as well with his lower back or neck or anything like that to show that's the same. So it's a kind of a weird, confusing thing. Yeah, but
Yeah, it's weird.
It's neurological. No,
But it's
Because
common.
I have no loss of strength in my calves whatsoever. None.
Yeah. Can you contract the inner head anymore? Even like when you flex it?
I can squeeze it and contract it, but it feels weird for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And it seems
But
like
I think that's because of the loss of blood flow, not because of a loss of neurological activity.
Yeah, but that's not an uncommon thing. When you talk about it, a lot of guys have this happen.
Yeah. I did also talk to someone that thought it could be from squatting in knee sleeves and shit. Okay, Fouad's getting bored. Let's move on.
Sorry.
No, I'm letting Paul take over. Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Paul will talk to you about this calf issue for the next hour.
I haven't quite figured it out yet.
He's like, okay.
That's funny.
Paul, I think you should try just shooting a whack load of stem cells in them.
Just stop wearing steel toes.
Get some acupuncture, man.
Yeah.
Get them in the go there, wake it up.
Shoot a shitload of stem cells in there, and that's probably your best bet. Yeah.
Or it doesn't fucking matter because you're just a normal human that doesn't have to have big calves.
Well, we don't train calves anymore either, though. Fouad, I've been bugging you for a couple
sports.
months now to start training calves again. You don't want to.
Why do I want to train calves for?
You're gonna have to do it on your own, Paul.
I know.
He can't hold your hand through.
But he picks me up and drives me home from the
No,
gym, so I'm a little bit limited.
You know what, Mike? That's bullshit. The day he was bugging me to train calves, I said, "You got your own car. You can train calves. I'm going to take off." He goes, "Oh fuck it, I'll leave too."
Yeah.
I would do the same. I would be like, "Yeah, fuck it, I won't do it."
Just start skipping, Paul. Those calves will grow in no time.
Maybe I should start doing that.
Get the balls of those feet.
I'll start doing more athletic training again.
All right, let's. Ian, what do you want to do?
Okay, I'm banging them out. You ready?
Ready.
Derek.
Derek.
Hottie. Samson. Nick.
Andrew.
Brandon.
Curry.
Martin. Hunter. Raphael. Akeem.
Oh.
Okay.
That's a fucking solid top 10, boys. That's a solid top 10 right there.
It's my top 10, basically.
Okay,
Oh, sure.
go ahead.
Except
Go
for
ahead,
Raph
Mike.
and Akeem. No, I'm not changing mine.
Oh, you're
I
not.
know it. I'm standing by my man.
Mike, you're gonna lose for sure.
Yeah.
I honestly, and look, I love Hunter, but Rafa, can you look at Raphael's recent update?
Yeah, but it's just the most muscular and
Dude, he looked fucking crazy.
timeout. It was taken in a mirror. We all know what happens when you do that. It's bullshit.
I don't care. He looks
Yeah,
cute.
that's 10 pounds.
Guys, this is not a real photo. Where the fuck is Bison Tries?
I think it is a real photo. I think he looks sick.
No, me and Paul did this on purpose one day. We took a photo in a mirror and you look a lot bigger than if you take it dead on.
He looks pretty big.
Yeah, I think he looks crazy. Yeah.
Okay, but the chest and shoulders were never his problem. It's the back.
No, his legs look awesome. His back, he was still really good at the beginning of this year, man. He was at the Arnold. He was really fucking impressive. So
Okay.
The girl, the third pick over at the top, Minot. Have you seen this girl?
Who?
She goes to Pure.
This girl?
Yeah, she's wild, dude.
yeah, I saw her there when I was
wild.
down. Her delts are
That
fucking
doesn't even do it justice. She's wild, dude. Her back's better than most guys. Like
Minot.
Menno.
Her back is fucking sliced.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, what?
Crazy. She trains like a fucking animal, dude.
Healed.
Yeah, she's a figure pro too.
They moved her physique.
They moved her physique now.
Oh,
She's qualified for Olympia in figure though.
Look at this fucking physique. Holy shit.
Yeah, crazy, bro.
Moving to
Look at
physique.
those legs. Those legs.
She's a lot bigger than a figure girl though.
Yeah, because Jessica Reyes is pretty big for a figure girl too.
Yeah, she is. And you could
Her
see
husband coaches her, Vincent. He's a good dude too. They train hard, man. They're really good.
Yeah, you don't look like that not training your fucking ass off.
for
I
sure.
mean, they train their asses off.
Yeah.
He's right
look,
there, yeah.
Look at that.
good for her, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's fucking peeled.
Back is wild.
Their quads, I sweep from the outside. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, her back's nuts.
Fuck, man. Look, I'm not taking anything away from her at all, but it seems like women have such a better time with drugs than guys do.
Really? I completely disagree.
What?
You don't think it's
Better
harsher?
time? I feel like women get way worse side effects than men.
Time out. I'm not talking about side effects. I'm saying like when you see a
Look.
chick get
Yeah.
peeled, like
Oh.
the hardness and the condition
It's a
that
different
women get
look.
into is
Oh,
far
yeah.
different than men.
It's like cleaner almost, like cleaner
it's a
lines.
different fucking
Yeah,
look
well,
altogether.
I agree with you, but I also think that's not even close to the level of like bodybuilder conditioning. So like if a bodybuilder was in that kind of conditioning, it would look a lot different.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
Like
More muscle.
if you look at Iris Kyle, you look at Iris Kyle,
Yeah.
or like what's that Sarah girl's name? The girl who won the physique.
Yeah, I think women do
Yeah.
get a weirder, like dry, grainy,
They
muscular.
get a different
bodybuilders.
level of condition than bodybuilders do.
Yeah, I think obviously because they're going against their like natural hormone
That's
based
what I'm
thing.
trying to say. They get a better result out of steroids than men do. I
Women
think.
naturally have like a little more like collagen-y, thicker skin. I think when they can really get that down, there's definitely a crazier look to it for sure.
One of the most impressive physiques I ever judged in person, condition-wise, was this women's physique competitor from France last year, Victoria, BC.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
Fucking condition was wild on this lady.
Let's see
I don't
it.
think
Pull it
I
up.
don't think I've ever seen better condition on than anybody. Like women always, I've never like the best condition I've ever seen has been on a woman.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but it doesn't translate everywhere. Like you're not going to ever see a girl, many girls. Like yeah, someone like Michaela Aycock, yeah, she's more peeled than every single guy there is for sure. But as a generality, like you're not finding many girls. Like the Olympia top 10 in bodybuilding for women isn't nearly as peeled as the men.
I'm just like, here, I'm talking about
Like
this
pull up Michaela, you know.
One second. This chick, like, look at this. Look at the level. Like, you don't see this on guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, look
Yeah,
how
different
because
kind.
it's
look how
because they're
deep-
carrying less muscularity, so you
Yeah.
can have those. It's like smaller bodybuilders generally have the cleaner lines, you know.
I get it, but it's not even just the level of conditioning. It's the
Clean, yeah.
the depth
Mm.
of the separation. Like the lines. Like this line is so fucking deep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And,
Like-
and that picture doesn't do it justice. In person, it's even more impressive when you see a physique like that.
I
Well,
always
like-
just look. I'm just saying. I always just wonder if, like, because you said like maybe the counter to the women's physiology, taking male hormones, it just reacts better with their bodies. I've
Sure.
always wondered that. Or is it just because they're smaller overall and they can get like really
Yeah.
chiseled, really
Mhm.
deeply chiseled?
I
You know
mean,
what
for people who haven't seen, pull up Michaela Aycock so people can see the kind of conditioning she gets in.
She gets nasty.
Yeah, I know, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah, I mean, she's getting leaner than any guy in the men's open for sure.
I don't know how
Like,
to spell her name.
He
though.
also trains harder than every guy in the men's open, so it's probably why.
I think I got it. Okay. Yeah, she does train very, very fucking hard. This is
Yeah, she is.
This is Michaela here.
Yeah, I would go to her Instagram, find something more recent, but yeah, she's
Uh,
she's crazy. Yeah,
Hard
Can't find like a
is an
good.
understatement.
this
Yeah,
is like,
see how fucking dry this is here.
Yeah.
dude.
like
Go
the-
if you go to her Instagram, you can find pictures of her looking 30 times more peeled than that. That's not how you spell it, but
How do you spell it?
MICH.
Holy
Like
fuck!
that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Like wait till she turns around. It's the craziest thing ever.
Got really big adductors.
Uh,
Look at her fucking glutes are fucking stripped out.
Wait till she turns around, man. It's actually nuts. Look at that.
Yeah,
jeez.
crazy. Jesus, even when she pushes her glutes.
She sent me some like updates like before a show, like a couple days out, like text updates where she's so peeled you like can't even believe what you're seeing.
Yeah, I mean, look at the hardness of her fucking hamstrings there.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, let's go back to this. Okay, where were we? Mike's keeping the same. Ian's keeping the same. Paul, Seth, then me. What are you doing? Paul, Seth. Are you guys staying the same? Well, you got to get rid of Baruz, so pick somebody else, Paul.
Well, first I want to swap Hunter and Curry.
Copy me. I see how it is.
But then I also want to swap Martin and Curry.
Wow.
Why don't you just say that?
Oh, can I put Raph where Baruz is?
I'm torn because I really like how Raph looks. I even want to put him higher, but I don't want to put Hunter that low.
Anything else, Paul?
Well, I got to replace Bruce then.
Yeah, I don't think well, I'm not sure, but it doesn't look like he's going to get there.
No.
Can I see the list?
This is the list. This is the list. Everybody's has the list. The
I
only,
see the list.
It's fine.
You can pick from
All right.
Bonac.
I gotta.
Oh, you think there's like some dark horse they just added?
there's okay. I'll tell you the ones that aren't on here: Mo Fuda, John Jewett, Theo,
Bonac.
Bonac. Well, I got Bonac down here in 10th.
I'm gonna go. It's okay. I'm gonna go John De La Rosa.
Okay. Can I see the list? De La Rosa. Okay.
Jeez.
Can I get the spelling of De La Rosa, please?
Seth.
I'm gonna switch Hunter and Martin.
Sure. Okay.
I'm gonna put Raph at 9.
Okay.
And then this is going to be the one that changes over the next couple of weeks. Fuck. Put Fuda there, Mo Fuda.
Here, Fuda. Is that how you spell it? I can't remember. It doesn't matter.
So,
we know what it is. Okay. Is anybody else changing? I got Samson, Derek, Hottie, Nick, Curry, Andrew, Martin, Hunter, Raph. Yeah, I'm keeping mine. I'm gonna smoke you guys.
No, I'm winning 100%.
You got Andrew in 6, right?
Yeah, I do. You know what mistake you guys are making?
Putting Andrew in 6 for you.
No, the mistake you're making is Curry could have even won the show last year because he was just as big as everybody in first, second, or third.
But he was 4th and Nick was missing.
He was 4th because he spilled over and he was in the hospital the fucking night before the show.
Brandon, I moved him. I moved him up 2 spots. I think he's going to be in the 5-6.
If Brandon shows up the same size as last year and he's harder, he will beat Andrew.
It's very possible. I agree.
And now everybody that likes to fuck with me can say I hate Andrew because I said that.
Yeah,
I don't fucking hate Andrew. I just think look, we made this mistake before with guys that we thought were over the hill. Until I see Brandon lose a step, I can't vote him out. Because last year he was 4th, and I literally think he was bigger than everybody ahead of him, except maybe Samson. But he just was watery from being in the hospital the night before. I don't know why. Maybe they tried to overfill him. I don't know. But he spilled a bit. That's the only reason he didn't do better.
Yeah, he's a dark horse egg. We've seen nothing at all from Brandon.
But that's the sad thing is he's not a dark horse. He's a former Mr. Olympia.
Well, I mean, in that we haven't seen anything. You know, he's been quiet, let's just say.
Yeah, in that regard, yeah. I mean, he's been. We don't know the problem with Curry. I think, and people being more confident in picking him, is we don't know if age has caught up with him yet. We don't know if how his year has gone because he's been very quiet social media. So there's a lot
New
of
team.
There's a lot of
team behind him too.
Yeah, new team. He's not with Abdullah anymore. So
I think he's beating Brandon on some of the front shots. Brandon's beating him on the side shots, and I think he's closed the gap on the back shots. So I think it's going to be very close. So I do think Brandon beating him is not weird.
Me and Paul had this conversation. I think Andrew Jacked is first place in the show on a front double and a front lat. I don't think and Abenthai maybe, but
body, yeah,
maybe, but sure, okay, let's even give him that. But for sure, I think everybody would agree with front double and front lat.
But then he's out of the top 10.
But yeah, I said that to Paul. I said if you go to the side chest and side tricep, now you're out of the top 5.
Side try is not bad, but his side chest is bad yet.
And then
weak compared to the top 5.
And then if you go to the back shots, he's also probably out of the top 4. So
if you're talking about Derek, Hottie, Nick, yeah.
Right. So
but that's
why and even Samson, because when you're talking about back shots, you're not just talking about just the back. Samson's got crazy fucking hamstrings. So
yeah, I think he holds his own in terms of the width and the taper and the shape of his actual back. But then from the waist down, he
Yeah,
loses.
but I'm not. But
He
that's
does
not
get
a
a little
back
more
shot.
detail in his glutes than Samson, so I don't think it's like a blowout. But yeah, Samson beats him. But that's why I have him below all those guys.
I don't think they have more detail. Has more detail on his glutes. I think both their glutes are the same. They get squared off, but they don't. Neither one of them gets striations in their glutes.
Andrew did wash out,
maybe faintly.
but Samson got a lot more detail in his hamstrings.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's why. But Curry, I think he's probably like in the top 4 in all of his shots. Like, can you name a shot? Can you name
top 4?
Can you name a shot? I don't think he has weak legs. They're just not up to par. Think so?
Yeah, I think they're lacking detail for sure. I think they don't have much separation in the quads. His hamstrings don't have a lot of detail or sweep to them. And he doesn't get particularly like hard or dug out in the legs. So I think, but he's so good up top, and his shape still flows really nice, even with those legs, that it works, you know?
So let me ask you this. If you had to put a placing on each pose, side chest, side tricep, where do you put Brandon?
High for sure.
Right. Second, third, maybe first, even, and side chest, maybe, who knows?
Yeah.
Back double, back lat. His back lat's really impressive. His back, the problem is his hamstrings aren't amazing, but his back is incredible.
Back is amazing. Yeah.
So where?
But we're talking, Hottie and Derek.
I know. I'm not saying he won. I'm saying where would you put him? Where would you put him in those back shots? Third, fourth, fifth?
He's top 5, all of them.
Right. I'm putting him below, ahead of everyone except for Nick, Derek, and Hottie.
Right. So what I'm trying to express to you guys is, if you count all the poses, he's in the top 5 of all those poses.
Yes.
But nobody has him in the top 5 except me.
I have him in 6th. So
yeah.
But I also think him beating Andrew is very plausible. And I might, if we see any glimpse of Andrew, any glimpse of Brandon, I would change that, you know? I just haven't seen anything of him, so I'm just betting it off of what I believe and not what I know, you know?
Paul, do you disagree with Curry being top 5 in all poses?
Yeah. I don't think he's top 5, and I think his best poses are his front double bicep and his and his back double bicep.
I was going to say his front double bicep might not be because of what Ian said about his legs.
Yeah, that's what hurts him, but this still flows pretty good from the front, even though there's lack of detail in the legs, I think.
So do you think he is or isn't top 5 in all of his shots?
No, I don't think he is.
Which ones are not top 5?
Back lat spread.
Who beats him in the back lat spread?
I think Derek, Hottie, Samson,
Nick. So you think Andrew's got a better back lat spread?
I think it's gonna be wider for sure. I think it'd be more dramatic taper to it, and probably the same level of detail in the lower body.
I'll take that bet.
Yeah, I think
go to Brandon's Instagram.
Look, I'm only considering this if they're both in the same condition.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? We're not betting, like, obviously if somebody shows up out of shape, then all bets are off, right? But I'm saying if they're in similar condition, I don't know. I still, maybe it's because I'm biased, because I'm friends with Brandon. I have.
Well, Brandon's great, you know. Yeah, it's just like Ian said, though, we haven't seen nothing, so I don't know what to expect from him.
I mean, look at his fucking arms.
Yeah, but go back to his profile.
Yeah.
Go down.
Okay. Sorry. Wait. Yeah.
Down. Like, just go to the most muscular there.
Yeah.
I don't think that beats Andrews.
It's the legs, man. There's just not much going on.
No, but we already established that Andrew is probably going to win 2 or 3 of the front shots.
Yeah, but even go close that and go down even lower. Keep going there.
This is last year. I mean, he's fucking big and full.
Yeah.
It just doesn't wow me like the other guys do, you know?
Well, he's not. He's spilled over here. He's not going to wow you. Like, he's not in shape.
I mean, he still ended up 4th, though. You know.
I know that he ended up 4th.
I mean, go to one of the other years. I mean, go to the year even, like, if you close that.
One sec. I just want to see, like, so we can see what he looked like last year, so we can make a proper judgment. Like, this is him off. That's pretty fucking impressive. Like, that side tricep is nice.
Yeah, I mean, but
I like a side tri.
Before, it's not like that dramatically different, you know.
Yeah, I do agree with you. Andrew has a wow factor that
See, keep
Cat-
going, keep going, keep going,
catch.
keep going, keep going. No, there's a stage shot. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
I'm
keep
going. Relax. There.
There.
Yeah.
That's last year.
I mean, his
No,
legs.
that's
2019. This is when he won. I
Oh.
think. Yeah. Listen, I agree with you about the legs. They're thick in some areas. There's not a ton of detail, but like you guys both said, it works with his physique.
Yeah.
Like this is a really nice physique. Like that's a really
Yeah,
nice
but
shot.
like Andrew, Samson, like those guys, Hottie, like have crazy fucking legs. Like the only guy who doesn't have like the best legs ever from the front is Nick, but then from the side and the back, his legs are fucking insane.
I don't think Andrew's legs are crazy from the side and back.
Side and back, I don't, but from the front, they are.
Yeah, but I'm already giving those up to you.
Pull up Andrew just so we can get a side by side here.
One sec. So I'll see if I can find another stage shot because I haven't found one like dead on yet. They've all been like from this weird angle.
There.
This one?
Yeah.
This is how old? 46 weeks ago?
See, the side chest is fucking gnarly for sure.
Yeah. This is horrible, this angle. I just want to find a bang on like this. Why can't we just find a regular like this?
This is 2023 last year. Before
Like his hamstrings are detailed there. Like
they're detailed, but
More
they're
than Andrew's probably.
yeah, that's more detail than Andrew has in his hamstrings. At least at the last show. I don't know how he's going to show up.
Yeah, right. And
You know,
Brendan doesn't always have hamstrings that
like
carved out on stage.
that's a lot of fucking detail back there. It's not totally stripped out in the glute, but it's close. That's an amazing back double.
The back, I agree. The legs and the glutes, no.
Why? What's wrong with the hamstrings? They're thick. They touch. Like
I think they don't have they're still a little thin in terms of projection outwards. I think the detail's not terrible.
He's missing some sweep here. I could agree with that.
And there's not much sweep on the legs, so it's very linear. Yeah. And his glutes look very shallow. Like there's not a lot of pop to them.
Yeah.
But let's pull up Andrew to see.
One sec. Let's just see this from the front.
Yeah, see, this looks nuts though, for sure.
No, that was the end of it. Okay, let's see what Andrew looks like.
I feel like Brandon looks better in his transitions than when he actually hits the
I
poses.
agree.
Andrew. Yeah, I mean, just looking at his fucking arm, you're like, what the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck is this?
Fucking 300 pounds. He was 300 pounds on stage in Texas, man.
Like,
Really?
This is just fucking stupid. I think I'm gonna have to change my picks. I'm sorry, Brandon.
Yeah, you just go down. Keep going down.
Look at this fucking guy. Like,
He's just different, eh?
These aren't even like it's like implants. Like these aren't even real shoulders.
And his quads. They're fucking stupid.
Oh man, I mean, this is the craziest standing silhouette that is in bodybuilding right now. By
Look at that fucking shit.
Like, bruh.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
His conditioning's good, man. Like, this is not bad conditioning.
Yeah.
No, but it's never bad from the front. That's the problem.
Well, let's see. Let him run it. You know?
I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna let him go. I'm just saying. These are all shots. That's all shots. I already assume he's gonna win.
It's like Step Brothers there.
Yeah, this is where he has some trouble. I definitely agree with you. Like that, Brandon's smoking him in that for sure.
Right.
See, but his glutes are pretty good there, man. That's you know, he doesn't have the hamstring detail, but his glutes are better than Brandon's.
That's not a lot of depth to it. The same as Brandon's. Come on.
No, his glutes have more depth and more detail, but his hamstrings aren't as good. I agree. But then the shape to it, there's more quad sweep. There's more like flow to it, you know?
Yeah.
And his back is solid. Like it looks good there.
It's gotten way better.
I don't think that beats Brandon's back shot.
I think it's very close. And I think because he's also just way bigger, you know?
If he shows up
like that's good, man. That's a good back double.
5% better.
Listen, we're talking about top 5 in the world. I don't think it's I'm not saying it's not good. We're comparing to a former Mr. Olympia. That's all.
Yeah.
But that with a like 5% more conditioning. Oof.
Yeah, but that's the problem that Andrew runs into. As soon as he tries to get the 5%, he gets
same with Brandon. Brandon has the same problem.
No, I don't think so. This is pretty wild. I will admit it's wild.
The ab and thigh here is like one of my favorite poses. His like this is fucking crazy. Oh,
yeah. It's going to be hard for Brandon to get out of this quad is fucking stripped.
Look at that. Look at his fucking abs, man.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I think his arms hurt him in his most muscular for sure, but then
Triceps, eh?
yeah, his attributes obviously of his quads, his waistline, his chest is amazing.
You
So
see
yeah,
those what?
Brandon beats him in a couple poses, but I still have Andrew edging him, man, for sure, and that's why I think they're close.
It's good.
That's definitely a battle, you know.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's
A
good.
great battle. Two interesting physiques, just one's a lot taller than the other. You know,
Yeah.
I mean that's
Brandon's a little denser and a little shorter, and Andrew's a little taller, flows a little better. I mean, it's close, man, for sure.
yeah.
I have to pick
I'm a
Brandon.
huge fan of Andrew, so I got to stick with him.
I have to keep the Andrew hate going strong.
Yeah, see, I'm trying to dispel that I don't hate Andrew, so
I
I'm
don't
going
want to. I don't want to dispel. I'm going to roll with it now because everybody, no matter what I say about Andrew, everybody's like, "You hate Andrew." So I'm like, "Yeah."
When I tuned into
You know
I
what?
tuned into your live stream-
My next pick, I might just put him last.
I tuned into your live stream with Palumbo, and people are just like, "Fouad hates Andrew. Fouad hates Andrew." I'm like, what the fuck are these people talking about?
It's okay. I don't. It used to bother me.
I don't
now-
even understand it. I do
now
the podcast.
I find it humorous now. Okay, let's do some questions quick before we go. For Paul, soup for every meal or no weed pre-workout ever again?
Soup for every meal or no weed pre-workout?
Yeah.
But I could smoke any other time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the weed.
I figured that.
Fuck that soup.
Greg Goliath wants to know what's better, Trent or Cialis?
Doing
In
both.
terms of what?
I don't know.
That's a great question, to be honest.
It says what's better, Trent or Cialis? Sap. Why do you think we lose the ability to be relaxed, able to watch TV shows? For example, we become distant, etc. in prep. I'm 8 weeks out, not hungry nor tired, but I am already starting to feel this way.
Like anxiousness where you can't sit and relax.
Yeah, he's saying like, why do we lose the ability to just chill and watch TV? Which happens to me too. I have to watch like
Yeah.
the fucking news, and I can only watch it for 10 minutes, and then I got to get up and do something.
I play games on myself.
Yeah. I think it's the drugs, personally.
Yeah.
Playing
Just use
a
that
role.
time.
When I get really hungry, even if I'm taking almost no drugs, I still feel the same way.
Yeah.
I think it's more from hunger, like anxiety and like restlessness, where I get it.
Yeah, I can see that. Would you rather watch a video of how you were conceived with your parents sitting next to you, or go through a Navy SEAL Hell Week?
Navy SEALs Hell Week.
No.
Well, that's hard though. I don't know. Actually,
I would rather
I can't
just watch the
swim.
video.
Yeah, but with
You
your
gotta
parents
watch-
sitting next to you.
You got to watch a video of your parents fucking while you're sitting there watching.
Pretty
Oh.
funny because my parents have been divorced.
It's a
for, like,
video though, right? I'm not watching them live.
Yeah.
No, it's a video.
I can I can
Yeah.
disassociate.
But
Yeah,
they're
I'm fine.
sitting,
Yeah,
they're sitting
yeah.
right next to you. Like your dad's like, huh? What do you think of that?
You're literally doing what we were talking about at the very beginning of the podcast,
Yeah.
watching one from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Psychopath.
psychotic, but I'm
split
gonna
up
do
for
it.
like 25
Hell
years.
Week. Hell Week would be horrible, man.
Yeah,
It would
I'm
be.
not-
I read about it. I
not
can't
doing
swim and they put you in water.
They
and
don't,
stuff,
they're
too.
sleep deprived for like I don't
Yeah.
know how many days.
Hell Week for
Yeah.
the Navy SEAls. I can't swim. You're fucked. You can't do
Yeah, I know.
You
Yeah.
can't even don't even show up.
Yeah. I'd be weeded out before I even got to that process.
If any of you were to guess who would win the World Series based on whatever baseball knowledge you have, who do you have winning it all? I don't know anything
Pick
about
the
baseball.
Yankees. It's always a safe bet to pick the Yankees.
Who's pulled the baddest chick of all time? We can't answer that. We're all married. If you were to compete again, who would you choose for your coach and why?
Stefan.
Could you pick any
Seems
coach in the
awesome.
world?
Yes.
No, only one's from Connecticut, Paul.
Well, I mean, like, can you pick Hani Rambod? Like,
Only from the Northwest.
I'm gonna go with Mel just to piss people off.
Yeah, Mel, me too.
What was your go-to recovery tool besides food and sups? For example, compression sleeves, sauna, cold, massage, whatever. What's your
Sleep.
go-to recovery tool? Sleep?
Yeah, I mean, what?
Okay, obvious. Did you do anything extra? Is what he's asking.
Yeah, I mean, I got massages like once to twice a week for my entire career almost. But I don't like consider that like as a recovery tool. I don't know. It didn't like help me recover per se.
Of course it did.
I don't know. I didn't ever see it of like I'm doing massages to help me recover better.
No, but it did.
Yeah, I mean my
I think if
recovery
guys
was,
saw-
when you're gassed up and eating food like that and sleeping
Why are
well.
you laughing, Seth?
Because you're like, no, but it did.
Well, it did. That's what
Brother.
massage does.
Yes.
Yeah, I was using it more to like help with mobility, reduce risk of injury, and I found it did just improve my look. You know,
Right. Probably because you're recovering better.
probably. I think the
Um,
trend is helping with that enough
I
already.
think a
though.
lot of guys get benefit from doing sauna, especially if they get near the end of prep with like anxiety and that like restless feeling.
Really?
Because there's nothing that's gonna like that sauna takes you to like an overstimulated spot on purpose. Then when you come out of there, that heightened level of anxiety might not be as aggressive because you've experienced something so much higher that you've had to like literally fight through.
So it's helping you
See-
relax in a way.
It's like exposure therapy.
It almost like, yeah, it's like I had a guy I trained, this kid Charlie. He actually did your show, his first show ever.
Yeah.
And he was having trouble with like sleeping at night. He's like, I can't sleep, blah blah blah. And I'm like, he's lucky enough to live in like the Bisha hotel, so he has a fucking sauna. So that like just sauna for like 20 minutes when you're at night before you go to bed. And he's like, yeah, I sleep like a baby now.
Really?
It's like, yeah, because he just fucking calms the fuck down, right? You can't think about other shit when you're in the sauna.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like,
Would you say
Yeah.
this
fucking get me the fuck out of here. And then you're out,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I feel great.
Yeah.
I
would
wonder
you say the same for cold plunge as well? Like, just out of curiosity, like with the response that you're getting from it, like the parasympathetic response, and then like coming down. I don't know.
No, I mean, maybe if you did them at opposing times of the day, but I wouldn't want to do a cold plunge prior to like trying to wind down.
Yeah.
But sauna, I notice like because I sauna usually every late afternoon around dinner time because I train and then I sauna after and like the rest of the night
I
fucking-
always thought cold was the best in the morning because it kind of wakes you up, makes you
Yeah.
more productive through
I
the day.
agree.
But
I was just
Better
asking.
for
But it is-
circulation.
I'll take if I'm having trouble sleeping, I'll like run a fucking jacuzzi, like hot bath, and like soak in there, throw some Epsom salts, and I'll sleep like a baby for sure.
Really?
eh?
I never
Oh,
tried that. But there's magnesium in the Epsom salts too. Doesn't it help calm you?
It helps as well. That's why I add it. Yeah.
What? I'm done. I wasn't gonna ask about Epsom salts any further.
I
Magnesium's in that.
was waiting for the follow-up.
Use Epsom salts though. Don't use what they recommend. They'll be like use like 2 cups in the whole bath. I dump
Use a
the entire
bag.
thing.
Oh, really?
You
I
use
dump
the
the
whole
whole bag.
bag? You dump the whole
If I
bag?
buy a bag, I put the whole thing in.
There should
Really?
be
Yeah.
like gritty on the
Why?
bottom.
Nope. If it gets great at the bottom, if you stir it around, it will dilute. It's enough that a big bag can dilute in a full size bathtub, and it definitely makes a difference. Like honestly, if you could add 3 bags, I would do it. Yeah.
I was thinking about
More,
buying.
more salt in there
I'm
than
thinking about buying a home sauna. I wonder if I should get one. Mike's
I'm
almost
thinking about it too.
Mike's almost got.
I
me
have
sold.
one. It's awesome.
Do you
Yeah.
really?
Great, man. It's honestly life changing.
Really? Eh?
Chris,
Just feels
Chris uses
fucking
his every day. He does that and cold plunge and does back and forth in the morning.
Will it help me eliminate the toxins from smoking?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, you can
actually
smoke
will.
more. You can smoke more, Fouad.
I can smoke in the sauna.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys have the
Yeah.
do you guys have the infrared ones, or do you have like an actual like
That's electric. Don't do the infrared.
no?
I like
Get
the
fucking-
I like
get
the
that
one
heat,
that
man.
I like the one that you pour the water on the rocks. Is that what you're talking
You
about?
can,
or
but
no?
just make sure it gets fucking hot. It's got to get fucking hot, dude.
Yeah.
Like I sitting in there at 190, 185, 188.
What's
You
like
got
the
what's fucking
max?
hot.
What's
Did you
the
get one at your
max?
house, Mike, or you do it at the gym?
No, my boxing gym. That thing's at like 190. Like it's aggressive. You can't
Well-
breathe. Like you're like,
What is the max a person can handle? Do you know?
I know Rogan talks about going in ones like a little over 200, but I wouldn't want to do that.
Fucked. Yeah.
How long do you go in for, Mike?
20 minutes, 4 times a week, 5 if I can.
You guys start doing that, Fouad.
Yeah. I went to whenever we went to Mexico, we went to that Playa del Carmen, we went to a resort, and the spa there, they had a fucking really nice sauna. Like Hannah wanted to go get a massage and everything. So I was like, why don't we do this, the whole fucking experience they had? And it was like 40 minutes of sauna, cold plunge, steam room, and all the massaging
Oh,
jets.
I
and
like a steam room.
Yeah.
that steam room fucked me up.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
It was intense in that bitch. Like smelled phenomenal. They put like eucalyptus and shit in there. I was so clear, but I was like, bro, 5 minutes in, I was like,
I
I'm
know.
having a hard time. I'm starting to freak out.
Really?
Intense.
It's
Paul,
that
don't,
hot?
Paul, don't you remember Joey's gym used to have a steam room? I love that shit.
Yeah, I never used it though. I never
Oh,
used
I
it.
did,
We have
man.
a
That was
place.
fucking
We have
great.
a place like just on the Quebec side, like 30 minutes from where I live, called like a Nordic spa. You know?
Oh, I've been there.
Yeah, it's the Nordique.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have like all the crazy saunas and like steam rooms and cold pools and like hot pools
You're
and
not
shit.
allowed. You're not allowed to talk real loud. You got to be quiet.
Certain areas they have quiet areas and normal areas, so it depends.
I
But
was
like they
taking-
have some saunas that get pretty hot. I think like 180, 175, 180. And they got some steam rooms that are pretty aggressive. They got some good cold plunges and stuff. So
I was
Yeah.
taken to the quiet area. I didn't like that very much.
If I build a home, I would have a spot. I'd have a separate garage that had everything for training, and then I would do sauna, cold plunge, steam room.
did you see what? I don't know if you follow Dom and see what Dom just built in his backyard.
Yes.
Dom has like a full size fucking commercial gym in his backyard now. He just like built like a 8,000 square foot building with like full recovery center, full gym. It's like 2 floors and office. It's crazy. Yeah.
He put
Fucking
he put a 50-meter pool at his house so
Yeah.
he could swim there for his
Fucking
triathlon.
nuts. Like it's crazy. This gym he built, it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's so sick.
I was thinking that too, Seth. I was thinking my garage. I don't park my cars in the garage. So I thought I might put a sauna
And a cold plunge.
and a cold plunge like next to each other, so I can do
So
the cold.
my brother's a chiropractor. He's real big on he's like a soft tissue specialist. He doesn't just crack people up, and he is huge on contrasts, like the contrast baths.
Yeah.
Cool.
Huge on it. So if
Yeah.
you could, because he was telling me, he's like, dude, you need to he's like, get a cold plunge and go back and forth in the mornings. He's like, it will do wonders for your body.
What Chris does,
Yeah.
Chris has like a big sauna, like he has outdoors, guys, pool, and then there was a hot tub, like what have one of those hot tubs that's kind of like attached in the pool.
Yeah.
And he converted it with a compressor to turn it into a cold plunge. So the hot tub is now a cold plunge, and then he has the sauna there. So he'll like get up and do contrast, like sit in the sauna until he's hot, and then go in the cold plunge for 5 minutes, and then goes back and forth and does that in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really good for you.
And he loves it now.
If your wife had to do a prep with you in your prime, like Samson is, whose wife would you do the best job? Whose wife would do the best job peaking their respective husband into a show?
I mean, Melissa and I have peaked for pro shows together 15 times. Like,
No, but I think
I think she could peak me for a show and do okay for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she could make me look good, not great. Like she could do a decent enough job. Yeah. But she's also coaching competitive clients like on stage. So.
Would you rather be forced to sing along or dance to every song you hear?
Sing along.
Sing.
Thing.
Mike?
I want to dance.
I want to see that. I want to see that.
What show or TV series or movies are good right now? Hey, have you guys watched Rebel Ridge?
No, he told me to.
Watch
I think
Rebel.
Is it a show?
awesome so far? It's Penguin.
Yeah,
I
is it?
want to watch. I just told
good.
Paul I want to.
How many episodes? What is it in?
One.
Like 2 episodes? Oh, just one.
One. Yeah, it's fucking good, man. It's very good.
Tulsa King is back for season 2. That's
Yeah, I watched
amazing. Rebel Ridge was not an incredible movie, but entertaining. I want to watch Penguin.
No, it's a little gay that maybe it's not, but it's a fucking actually sick show that I've been like balls deep in now. Is Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, that's
What?
gay.
What was
That's
it?
gay.
You know what it's
Blink
about?
Twice. Blink
my wife
Twice is
watched
a
that.
good movie.
I have no
Like,
idea, but I know women watch it.
Yeah, it's good though.
What was the show? I missed it.
Handmaid's Tale.
The Gay Maid's
Oh.
Tale. What is it about?
Well, it's I don't know. Google it.
Isn't it like a Mormon woman and like
No,
escaping? I don't know.
no, it's like in some world, like in this world where like like this religious cult almost has formed that like believe that women should have different roles, and there's like most women can't have children, so then they like take these women and make them the handmaids, so like basically they get fucking raped and have these kids, and it's just a weird ass fucking world. It's actually pretty crazy. Yeah,
That's
Nice.
pretty good.
I'm describing
Yeah.
it so badly, so someone correct me on that.
Hey, let me ask you: is that something that your wife started watching that you started watching with her, or did you turn it on first?
No, I started it and fell off a few times, and then she started with me one of the times, and then got more into it, and then she kept watching it. So now I'm trying to tag along with her. Yeah, but
Do you find TV is more entertaining to watch when you're watching it with your wife?
Yeah, but we have a hard time like keeping up on the same schedule because like I go to bed later than her, so she'll fall asleep watching some, and then I'll watch more, and then she'll, it's like it's just never. Here, you want me to tell you what it's about?
No, I don't care. I lost interest.
Fair.
No disrespect, but since what is this down? Oh, come on. No disrespect, but since Nick is not with you, it seems you're down on him. Whereas when he was sponsored by you, he was the best. Still love the podcast and you guys. I haven't said anything disrespectful about fucking Nick at all. In fact, people are trying to shit on him, and I'm like, and I've been the one saying he's fucking incredible, and he could easily shock everybody.
Yeah, you have defended him.
I don't know why.
It's so dumb with like predictions. If you don't put someone in first, you're like a fucking hater. It's like, bro,
Yeah,
predictions.
You can't make everybody happy.
Everyone can't be in first place. Like, shut up, you know?
Right.
Moving on.
Yeah, look, if you ask me for my reasons why I've placed people where I placed them, I can give them to you. And they're pretty sound. So I don't feel like I'm being biased or rude or whatever. Like, Nick has arguably more muscle than anybody on stage.
Pound
Nick,
for pound?
Yeah, Nick will 100% be in shape. I guarantee it. I saw some other fucking show where they were like, somebody emailed me about another show where they were like, yeah, they said he's not in shape because he's not showing himself. He's not showing progress pictures. I'm like, I fucking guarantee you Nick is in shape. I bet you he's already in shape.
I bet you what Nick's going to do is he looks fucking wild, and like 2 days out, he's going to drop a picture, and everyone's going to be like,
I agree.
Yeah. If you remember the year he posted a picture like on the turf, like 2 days from the Olympia in black and white, and you were like, holy fuck.
Right.
I think that's what it's going to be. He's going to show nothing, and then 2 days out, 3 days out, he'll show the craziest picture ever, and then people are like, well, what the fuck, you know?
Look, whatever Nick, with my company, not with my company, Nick is an incredible fucking bodybuilder who could easily be, and I believe this about everybody in the top 5 or even 6. Any of these guys can be 1st through 5th. Like, if Samson's 100% shredded, he can be 1st. If Derek is bigger and has a little bit more detail from the front, he's easily going to be 1st. If Hottie is a little bit bigger and more condition than last year, he could be fucking 1st. Like, if Andrew can match the condition to the back that he has for the front, Andrew can be 1st. Like, you can make a case if Nick has the waist control he had at the very first New York Pro he did, Nick could be 1st. It's like
people is they almost take it as if like these predictions we're taking are like on personal, like some kind of personal level. Like when people are saying like you hate Andrew because of where you place him, it's like, no, I'm placing him because I think other guys maybe get in better shape or that he's not dense enough in the back or like, but we still all think these guys are amazing. And look, if Andrew won the Olympia, we would all be really fucking happy and think it was cool as shit. Like, if Andrew won, none of us would be upset and be like, oh, Andrew won, fuck him. We'd be like, this is fucking sick. I'm so happy to see this. And that goes for any of those guys. If Nick won, if Samson won, you know, obviously Fouad would probably be a little happier if Samson won. But I mean, if everybody else, you know, we it's not like we want any of these guys not to win and some of them to win. So we're basing our predictions of like where we want them to place. We want all of them to win, but obviously they can't all win. So we place them where we're making our best educated guesses based off the pictures that are available to us, their last showings, and where we think guys are at right now. That's all we're basing it off of.
There's one other thing I just want to express that I'm sure I can speak for all of you. Paul, you're not a pro, but you've competed as a pro or competed as a high-level amateur. So I can probably speak for everybody. We've all been down the road and we all know what it's like. And all of us, wherever we place people or whatever constructive criticism we give to them, the reason we don't do drama shit on this channel, the reason we don't shit on bodybuilders on this channel is because we all respect them for what they're doing because we've all been there. So when you see channels like shitting on people or they're like, this guy sucks because of some drama shit, they don't fucking know what it's like. They've never been in their shoes. When we're talking about them, we're not talking about them personally. We're not talking about them in a negative way. We're simply critiquing a physique, and we try and do it as constructively and respectfully as possible.
It's also crazy, like, for anyone to be shitting on anyone who's at the Olympia. Like, this just means you're within, there's 19 guys qualified for the Olympia. So you're among the 20 best bodybuilders in the planet. Even if you come dead last and people are like, you fucking suck, you're still one of the top 20 bodybuilders. Like, imagine that saying you're the 20 best. hockey player or sprinter or football player or tennis player. Top 20 in the world is fucking nuts.
Yeah, man. I was fucking last place, so fuck you guys.
Yeah.
No,
but you were a fucking awesome bodybuilder. So it's like, it's people were saying it. It's like as if they're shit. It's like, it's so wild. So when we put someone in 7th and they're like, you're counting him out. You're like, I'm saying he's the 7th or 5th or 8th best bodybuilder on the fucking planet. How is that counting someone out?
I said that to somebody. I said it to somebody about Nick because they're like, "Why do you have Nick in 4th or I think it was 5th?" You're
counting 4th place in the world.
You're counting him out. I'm like, that's the first tier of bodybuilding.
Right.
Like, what are you like? Where do you want? Where do
the fucking Olympia?
So,
man.
so basically, what you're saying is, if I don't put him in 1st, wherever else I put him is wrong.
Yeah.
And when they're saying that, it's like you do realize guys like, you know, fucking Kevin Levrone and Flex Wheeler, and like a lot of the time their career, they're floating in the 3rd, 4th, 5th places at the Olympia. So like if you put a Flex Wheeler at the Olympia one year in 4th place and you're like counting him out, it's like, no, these guys are fucking amazing, you know?
Right.
Stupid.
Okay. Paul with the soup questions. Jesus Christ. Would you rather shit a brick or piss a pebble? That one's an easy one. That's an easy one for me.
What, you taking shit a brick?
I shit a brick for sure. I'm not pissing.
Yeah, I know people who've had kidney stones and they say it's brutal when you pass it.
Listen, I've had stuff stuck in my pee hole. It's not fun.
What the fuck?
What did you have stuck in your pee hole?
I've jammed stuff in my pee hole.
All kinds of stuff. What do you had in your pee hole, Fouad?
That's not what I'm saying. It's not like
have you ever had like a chlamydia test or something where they shove the Q-tip up?
If you've ever gone for a test.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you're talking about, the umbrella?
They stick a fucking basically a Q-tip in your dick.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That sucks.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah. And then they scrape on the way up, right, to get a sample.
They like give you one of these.
Just get a Z-Pack and call it a day, man.
Just take the antibiotics. It'll kill whatever you got.
Fucking hell. If there's any doubt, just fucking.
I used to practice safe sex. Leave me alone.
Not if you're getting tested.
Let me see. What would you tell your 23-year-old thinking about hopping on gear?
23 specifically?
Yes.
Okay.
Up the dose. No.
Well, at that time,
I was juice at 23.
At that time, I was trying to turn pro, so I would say increase your dose dramatically. So you could turn. No, I'm just joking.
Years in.
I actually answered this in a Q&A. I would literally tell myself more is not better. I wish somebody would have told me that. I don't think anybody told me that, or they did, and I didn't listen to them. But
more isn't better. Get your blood work done consistently and often. And yeah.
Would you go back? Would you tell guys?
I was already a pro at 23 though. So I mean,
would you tell guys to take finasteride to avoid going bald?
No, because I honestly think you can't avoid it. I think finasteride is only protecting you from like taking tests, taking Tren or fucking 90% of these other drugs. Finasteride is doing zip for. So if you have some kind of genetic propensity to lose your hair, take all the finasteride, minoxidil, whatever you want, you're losing your hair. You might prolong it by a year, 5 years, 6 years, but it's getting there no matter what, you know?
Yeah.
So
you think best case, you're just slowing it down.
Yeah. Like if you want to slow it down, great. Take the finasteride. I think as a bodybuilder, I probably wouldn't. And the more people I talk to that are very smart at pharmacology, they say as a bodybuilder, don't use finasteride, that it's going to impact your look. So I don't know. I mean, I when I stopped taking it, I took it for a lot of years. And when I stopped taking it, I had my years of like my 21, 22, like where I was at my best and my conditioning was really hard and good. I don't think it's the causation. I think it's somewhat causation and correlation, but yeah, I think you need to just like take it on the chin that if you're going to be a bodybuilder at that level and take gear, if you have any kind of genetic propensity, you're going to lose hair. But then you look at Derek Lunsford, he's got a fucking full head of hair. So it's like, he's not using any less drugs than anybody else. He just has better genetics for keeping his hair, you know?
Yeah.
How does the no, that's boring. Okay, let's do one more.
2 more.
Okay. No. Iain Valliere is the bro chat goat.
Well, that's just great.
Only by volume.
If television wasn't a thing while you guys were competing, how would you pass the time? In brackets, Fouad wouldn't make it. Neither would fucking Ian. He's just as big a TV watcher as I am.
Probably more, to be
There'd be
honest.
there'd be a lot of jerking off going on.
Yeah,
Constantly.
and a lot of video games.
Be a lot of
Jerking
trying to
off
get
in magazines.
a lot of trying to get caught. That would be a lot.
A lot of voyeurism.
Really bored down here. Really bored.
Hey, if there's no watching TV, does that mean TVs don't exist and you can't play video games? Like, what are you doing? Like, there's nothing TV wise.
There's no such thing as a TV or a monitor.
I'm probably fucking playing board games all day or some shit. I don't know.
Think of a different sport.
I'd just sleep more. I would just sleep like exuberant amount of time.
Thoughts on the Eric Janicki training style? Actually, this one I want to touch on only because I like the guy. He's a nice person, but
He's a lot.
the training style, I'm sorry, man. It's like,
What is his training style? I don't know.
Yeah, what's his training
I'm
style?
gonna show you. This is something I don't like. And
I
maybe
take him as like an RP strength kind of training guy.
listen, maybe it's because I'm old school, but when you tell me to do a laying, incline, cable, crossover instead of dumbbell press for a massive chest,
Yeah,
there's something wrong.
I am strictly in the camp of believing that guys that are that good at bodybuilders, especially when they're guys that are very savvy with social media, like Eric is. He has a huge following. He's making apps. He does YouTube. I get to the point where I think that these guys are only doing it because they're trying to separate themselves to people think that they have some kind of answer or some kind of unique take on things versus just someone saying, do squats, bench, and deadlift. And it's like, well, that's not good enough. I'm already doing these and I'm not changing. So they want to think that this is the answer. And I think that sells very well. So I think a lot of these guys are doing it just as a marketability thing. I'm not sold that they believe that that is necessarily the better answer to doing these fucking Hogwarts fucking exercises, you know?
Yeah, look, I'm not trying to say that the exercises he promotes don't work.
I don't even know what exercises he promotes.
I'm saying don't promote them instead of the basics.
Yeah.
Like, let's see.
He lit up. Now we know he's working because he lit it up. We didn't know until he.
No, he's got a good physique. He's a big guy. Like, I mean, these are all standard, right? Like, these are fine. I can't remember what it was that I saw, and I was like, come on, don't do that. It might have been this. Your chest not growing, right? So then he's like, don't do incline presses.
Don't do incline?
No, do this cable thing.
That's bad advice.
But this is what I'm saying. It's like, I understand that you're trying to show people a different way, but don't say don't do presses.
That exercise, I see people doing
that. Do your presses and then try this afterwards.
Just because you lit up your chest doesn't mean that it's actually doing it.
Right.
Anyway, I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. I'm not trying to shit talk anybody. I think somebody of Eric's size and stature and popularity shouldn't be teaching that the basic stuff is not the right stuff.
Take that bank, homie.
Yeah. Yeah. Seth, what do you think? Do you think anything about that? Do you want to comment on that or no?
I hate the whole nuance of every fucking thing there is in training today. I fucking hate it all.
Well, you're an old school trainer like I am.
Listen, motherfuckers, there's two things that I fucking absolutely hate about today. It's this nuance bullshit with all these fucking kids that regurgitate everything they watch from Dr. Mike to Jeff Nippard to everything out there. And I love those guys and they put out a lot of good stuff. But for Christ's fucking sake, can we just look and say you should get back to just being consistent with training hard,
right?
Doing the basics, mastering the basics, and then going from there.
Right.
It pisses me off so fucking much with this shit that I'm just like, everybody wonders why there's certain athletes that were so fucking good and they were just so good at the basic shit that they were unbeatable. Right. You're going to tell me like all this shit, like everybody knows, like incline presses, incline dumbbell presses. I could do 4 fucking exercises for the rest of my life on chest and have a better chest than 98% of fucking people in bodybuilding.
Right. Right.
And I could go and do a diet and look at dieting and I'm like, I could eat the same 8 fucking things. And it's a mentality. It's the nuance of all this shit today is just fucking unbelievable. And I'm like, so I went to this event over the weekend and saw these young kids and they're telling me all the shit that's just regurgitated information. It's all regurgitated information. And I'm like, bitch, you aren't even training hard.
Right.
You're not. Right. You don't even like it. So with all this stuff, like Iain said, like make that bank, you guys, you know, we all know these things exist, but if you want to get that brass tacks, like
I know, but
No, dude, you're not training hard enough. Like,
hold
look
on.
at the fucking.
I
look
think
at
that's
the,
what matters. I think the exercises can and will all work to a degree, but I think when people get lost in the shuffle of like the nuance over the execution and the effort, I think you've like lost the plot so much. If you're gonna do fucking wacky exercises and train like goddamn Ronnie Coleman, fucking give her, homie. I don't give a shit what you do. But I think if guys are doing it and they're trying to be so analytical that the effort is lost in the shuffle, then I think you fucked it up for sure.
my opinion on it is it's okay to try different shit. Like, look, when I was bodybuilding, I there was a period of time after I met John where I was using bands for everything.
Yeah, doing fucking walks on the wall and like, you know.
John taught me all the shit that actually I really liked, and I was using bands for a lot of stuff. But even though I was doing those things, I was still doing the basics also.
And you were training hard.
What I'm saying is the nuances of today. You're not only that, like, let's say this. It's not only that nuances are. I just hate it because I'm like we just said, like, look at the basics of today. Like, get back to fucking basics. The basics have worked since the beginning, and they still work today. Let's not pretend that they don't. But all this shit, this regurgitated information that's coming from all these people that are looking from a science-based standpoint, these people aren't going into the gym and just getting lost anymore. They're not learning their body. They're saying that this is the most optimal way to do this. You should be doing this. You should be doing that. And they're like, I should be doing this. And then they regurgitate all this information and it comes out. And I'm like, no, like you're not even attempting to do anything. Like, you're not even willing to learn like your body. Like, would you say that is better for incline dumbbells or incline barbell? I don't do incline barbell, or because it hurts my shoulder. Well, are you doing it properly?
Yeah.
Like, are you actually executing the exercise properly, or are you half-assing it because you don't know and it's really hard? Because let's face it, whenever you're starting out on incline barbell, bro, 135 is pretty fucking heavy. 185 is pretty heavy. 225, 315 on incline, that's fucking heavy. So you see someone doing 315 on incline, you're like, that's a strong motherfucker. These kids today aren't even attempting it. They're not even going in. You know, the reason I like the Trend Twins so much is because they're saying fuck everyone and just going in there and having a good time. Are they right all the time? No. But I tell you what, them motherfuckers are growing, and it's not just because they're taking gear.
And that's what I liked about Sam. You know, there's one thing lost. I think Matt Jansen said this once, and I don't know if I used to actually say it, but I know I used to think it every time I went in the gym. If I walked in the gym and it was something I didn't want to do, I made sure I did it. Like, there would be times I'd walk in for back day and be like, man, I don't want to fucking T-bar row today. I'm like, oh, I guess we're T-bar rowing. Like, immediately, the thing I didn't want to do, I don't feel like squatting today. Nope. We're fucking squatting today. Like, I think people want to get away from the things that are hard by finding these nuanced things, when the things that are hard, those are the things they should be doing.
Yeah. Right? Well, even like instinctual training is like a thing of the past. It seems like now with a lot of people now.
I don't think instinctual training is either here or there. If you want to log everything, I think there's a value to that. If you want to train instinctually, I think I did most of my career. I think you can be a great bodybuilder doing that. But like Fouad said, I think when you're using it and you're losing the plot of effort and intensity being the primary driving factor in progress, and trying to find a way around it, like, trying to find a way to, like, beat the system by doing a fancier fucking nuance exercise, I think you're a fucking idiot, Yeah. But if you want to find do some heavy, crazy shit and you want to do some fancy nuance exercises, but all of them you're doing with intensity and effort, go for it. I think, but you have to always start with the foundation of trying really fucking hard,
Put it this way. For example, like today you had that thing on Phonetic on your app. Yeah. And you put out that information on your the pec deck.
Yeah.
That is how you're supposed to execute a pec deck.
Sure.
Flop. That's how you're supposed to do it. There's no fucking frou-frou to it. This is proper technique when you're doing it. Here are the mistakes that you're going to make. Like you were explaining that, like with your hands and the hand placement, like that's what you're supposed to be doing, educating these young people on how to do an exercise. Not just say, sit in this seat and take this and take it across your chest. Bro, how many things can you do wrong there? You can put too much weight. You can try and do too much weight to look cool. Like you could position your body this way instead of having to be opened up. Like there's a million things that can go wrong whenever like this. So how is this exercise going to be any more beneficial than the fucking brass tacks basics of what's going on?
Right. Right.
Fucking blowing I got off on one here. Sorry.
That's okay. If Paul loses in Mr. O predictions, can his punishment be eating a bag of pistachios?
I ate pistachios this weekend, actually.
Really? Sure, I'll give it a try.
I bought a bag of those and smoked almonds at a gas station while I was driving to Toronto. Fucking mashed them great.
Yeah. All right, I'll do it.
Okay, we'll do this as the last one. How do you keep the drive even though life feels stuck? For context, I'm a recent college graduate with no job. I currently live with my parents, and my life for the last 4 months has been nothing more than being home, looking for a job, go to the gym, study for certifications, and nothing more. Even though I push through insecurities and go to the gym, the workouts don't hit. I want to progress, but when I see no progress in life and gym, I want to quit like a little bitch.
Yeah, hang it up, man.
Yeah, just push it down. Push it down.
Time to pack it in.
Time to give up.
Welcome to being
Your advice, Fouad?
My advice? Look, man, I'm a fucking extremely emotional person, and there are days when I don't even want to get out of bed. Okay, maybe they're far fewer in between lately because life is very good to me. It doesn't matter if you don't want to do it. These are your options: sit at home and fucking cry like a little bitch, like you said, or work harder. Like you have to
be productive in some capacity.
Yeah, you have to.
Like,
yeah, you have
look at
to
the big picture.
For me, it's this. I have to wake up every day and I have to go. If I don't feel like doing something, I have to go, okay, I have to get up. What am I going to do to make myself better today? And what am I going to do to make myself better towards the goals I'm working towards? And you have to try and push towards those things. And if you recognize, obviously this person recognizes himself that he's not working hard enough, that's the first problem.
I think the first thing that people and like I agree with both of you, but I also think some people, and I've done this, and I did this actually after I retired with bodybuilding because I had a lost sense of like purpose to like what my life was now. So then I tried to fill it with shit, like whatever it was, things that I wasn't really aligned with or didn't actually value or wasn't really that interested in, but trying to make myself feel like I have waking up and I'm doing things that are productive, but like I didn't actually give a flying fuck about the things that I were doing. And it actually made me feel worse. So I think just being productive, I think it matters, but only if you're doing it in things that, like you said, like what you're knowing what your goal is and actually being aligned with like what your values are. Like, what do you value? If you value your health or finances, or you value, your family, or like what your values are, then yeah, work within alignment. But if you're going to feel pretty fucked up, if like you value health and then you're doing nothing that contributes to that and you're doing things that are negative towards it, or if you value, like drive or effort and that you're not making conscious efforts towards these things. So I think, yeah, you need to align with what your goals and your values are and then work towards those. I don't think just fill your day with like shit because it's going to make you feel productive. But I think you need to know what you actually value and what you're aiming towards and then work towards those.
But there's a more specific piece of this too. Like if you read through his question, he's basically resting his whole life on this question. Like, I live with my dad and I can't find a job and
you can't find a job.
But listen, and he's like, I can't make any gains and I'm still small. And I'm like, he's basically taking
he's spiraling for sure.
He's basically taking every problem that he has in his life and he's going like this. And he's like, how do I
do that? I do it every day of my life.
This is my advice. Find the one thing out of all of those things that might bring you some joy. So let's say you live with
being aligned.
So let's say you live with your dad, right? You're like, okay, maybe if I move out, get my own place, I'll feel like more of a man.
Right.
And I'll be able to establish some sort of life. So your first and primary thing should be, how do I get a job to make money to move out?
Right.
That if I was in that kid's shoes, that would be my number one goal. I'd be like, how do I feel like more of a person?
This is what thing.
What's going to get me out of bed?
How do I feel like a man? How do I feel like I'm in control of my own life? Well, first of all, getting a job and moving out would be step one for me.
Number one for sure.
Yeah. Go ahead, Seth. Sorry.
No, what I was going to say is like Iain, everybody has, great points, but like Iain was saying, like, what are you aligning with? Like, that's what you should be focusing on. But with what you're saying, it's like, we don't know exactly where this kid is. Like he said, I'm studying for certifications. I'm doing all these things. It's like, well, moving out of your house, if it's your priority, then get the fuck out, dude. Go find a fucking job and pay your fucking bills.
Yeah.
Right.
But then you're also like, well, are you a smart kid? are you studying for a job? Are you waiting for like a primo position, or can you just not find a job? Like, there's a lot to weigh out, and it's kind of like making sure you wonder where you're aligned. But I think overall, what this young man needs to do is calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're
that's what I'm saying.
out.
Pick one thing. Like, don't look at your whole life and go, I got to fix all of this.
Yeah.
But even so, I
you're
think
going to try and fix all of it. You'll get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Like you'll have all these things that feel like, oh my God, it's so urgent, I need to do them now. You'll be way overwhelmed. So yeah, but I'm agreeing with you 100%, Fouad. But I think you need to do them in order of importance of what you value and what you feel is the most important. And if you think that independence is the thing that you value and that you're aligned with, then yeah, move out and make yourself feel good and aligned with that. If you think that, getting a job is most important, and maybe, moving out of the house might put some financial burden on you that might make you feel worse right now because you don't have a job. So maybe don't try and move out, maybe focus on getting the job first. So I think you need to know of like where you're at and what you value and what you want to be working towards first, like you said, and then do them one step at a time. Yeah.
I think men, and you guys correct me if you're wrong, but I think it's a very masculine thing, or men don't feel like men unless they are in control of their own lives. Like when I hear like, I know people who are like 25 to 30 and they still live with their parents.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I know times are different. I know it's way harder to buy a house. I'm not downing anybody for that. Like, buying a house nowadays is almost fucking impossible to get a down payment together and get a loan. I get it. But like, I would just rent an apartment. Like, and that's important to me. Maybe it's not important to everybody, but I feel like
that's my point.
But I feel like a man,
your goals and your values are
right. But I feel like a man can't be a man without his own independence.
Yeah.
But you need to be self-aware enough to know if independence is something you value. Maybe you don't give a flying fuck about independence and you actually value being close to your family and you like living with your parents, but you value having stability in your life and your career, and you really don't think you can feel good and aligned unless you do have a job or something that's making you feel like you're contributing and being productive to your future, and living at home is something you're completely okay with. So yeah. I think you need to know, you need to be self-aware, sit there and write down, like, what do I value? What are my values? What are my goals? And then start working towards them in order,
Mike, you always seem to have a little bit deeper answer on these questions. Do you have anything to add to this?
No, I agree with it. I mean, I had someone write me something similar the other day. He wasn't as like long-winded as this guy. He said, the question he said to me is, any words of wisdom you can pass regarding a dark, isolated, rock bottom time in my life? And my advice to him was, I said, embrace the feeling and make a promise to yourself to never let yourself get there again. I said, knowing your worst is a blessing, and the fear of going back there is enough to force you to change. So I would say the same thing to that guy. Like, this may be a low for you, but if you look at it in the terms of things, like, you can't get much lower. Right. So it's only up from here. Whether that's one step in the right direction tomorrow or a shift in perception one way, do you know what I mean? It all leads to things becoming better, because for this person, this could be rock bottom. It may not be someone else's rock bottom, and hopefully this person never experiences a rock bottom below that, because there's way more levels to go to than being stuck living with your parents.
Right. Right.
Some people are on the fucking street, dude. So it could always be worse. Do you know what I mean? So hopefully you're lucky to have this be your rock bottom, as fucked up as that sounds, and don't take that for granted and be like, I'm still doing better than a lot of people, so I shouldn't shit on my life and I should take steps to move in the right direction, like you guys are talking, like priorities.
The one thing I heard you say once, Mike, too, and Paul, you actually mentioned at the beginning of this, was shit can change really fucking fast. Right. Like, I've had times in my life where I'm like, oh man, everything's a fucking disaster. And then a month later, I'm like, my life is phenomenal.
Life's full of ups and downs.
Like, it's not going to change if you sit on your fucking ass and do nothing. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you can sit there and just wish. But I'm saying a few steps in the right direction, things can change very quickly.
Yeah, for sure. He's 23 years
old.
old.
Just like a shift in perception, because I mean, like you just said, the guy's like reaming off things.
Right.
This. Well, what fucking is good, dude? Like,
yeah,
there's got to be something that's good in there. It could be a moment in the day where you sit down on the couch and you just take a breath and you watch a funny video and you're like, oh man, life's not that bad. Like,
yeah.
Like I don't have all this pressure to make my life better in 2 days. But I need to take the steps to start moving, right? Like, everyone just wants to solve their problems like that. sometimes you got to wallow in the shit for a bit.
For
And
sure.
just,
Yeah.
like, understand like things are going to get better. You just
So-
have to like be patient, you know?
Go ahead, Paul. Sorry.
I was going to say, like, yeah, like life's not all about, feeling great all the time. Like there's times where you're going to feel like shit. You might feel like shit for a week or two, but you should feel that, like,
That's a good
I
point.
don't think
That's how you know what happiness is.
Yeah.
Fucking-
Yeah.
That's
And I
actually-
mean,
You gotta
That-
know what the other
that's actually-
side is.
That's actually a good
Yeah.
point, Paul, because
you shouldn't be afraid of it.
A lot of people they think something's wrong with them if they feel sad or they feel like they're out of sorts.
Yeah.
I guess
Well, it's also because we have this perception in society nowadays. Everyone shows their fake face or their wannabe
social
life
media.
on social media, and
Yeah.
you think that like, man, like this person's living a fucking crazy life, but I'll see these people for real, and they'll be in the gym, and you'll think, oh, this fucking girl or this guy, like blah 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 blah, they're fucking pathetic, bro.
Yeah.
Like, no offense to them, but like you're not living the life you're portraying.
Right.
And you're fucking struggling to make ends meet, and you're at the gym all day 7 hours not making any money.
Mhm.
So are you living a life that's productive? No, you're living a life of like vapidness and just
You're
like
living
attention.
You're living an Instagram life.
Yeah. So it's like if this guy's looking to those people and feeling down on himself, like, well, trust me, you're probably in a better spot.
But that's
Right.
like you said, Mike. I think that's part of the biggest problem right now is everybody is comparing.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's got this
Comparison is
car.
the
This
thief of
guy's
joy.
got, yeah, this guy's got this car. This guy's got that job. This guy has more money. This guy has his life figured out. This guy's got a great marriage. Me and Paul were talking about somebody the other day. I can't remember who the fuck we were talking about. I don't want to name any names. We were talking about a couple people, and Paul's like, that guy's never had any problems. And I'm like, why do you say that? He's like, well, look, his life is perfect right now. I'm like, you forgot about 5 years ago. No, maybe more. I'm like, you forgot about 10 years ago. He had a divorce. He's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you forget really quickly because you see these snapshots on YouTube or Instagram. And you're like, that guy's life is perfect. Or like, we thought of another guy. Same thing. He's like, that guy's life is perfect too. I'm like, that guy also got a divorce like 15 or 20 years ago. Like that means at some point there was a rock bottom for that person.
Yeah.
They lost their wife, their family broke up, whatever, and they had to rebuild it.
Yeah.
Nobody sees those things though.
I heard a saying once.
And both those people we're talking about, Paul, neither one of them talk about it publicly.
Right.
Right. So you would never know that this person went through the shit.
You could look at like even people who all of us or people in society look up to, like massive celebrities, super successful CEOs. And then you can think to yourself, like, man, like that person really hasn't made because they have a fucking yacht and a this and that. And then it comes out like the stuff that's coming out with Diddy.
Yeah.
Where you start seeing how dark that world is.
Right.
And how fucked up that, like the people that might or might not be involved with that or whatever's true and what's not true. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Something's happened there. And
Right.
people have been compromised and people have been put in positions where they've been elevated to a status because of compromising their souls.
Right.
Literally.
Right.
And
Yeah.
and people are looking to those people like, wow, what wonderful people. But you have to say to yourself, they had to lose their soul
Something
to get to
there.
where they're going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
Well, I
all
mean-
of us
I
have
mean-
been around some like super successful, wealthy people, and people look from the outside and they're like envious of that. But like when you see the inner workings of their lives, like a lot of them, their relationships are in shambles. They're gone all the time. Their fucking partners hate them. You know, they had sex once in the last 2 years. You know, all the relationships that they have in their like inner circle are very surface level. You know, they don't have any deep connections with anybody or anyone that like, if I feel like I'm having a shit day and I'm like, man, I want to fucking blow my brains out today. Oh, I text Fouad and we can have a conversation, you know?
Yeah.
Like a lot of these people don't have any of that. They, you know, might not have connections with their family, and all they live for is this cycle of like feeling that they need to continually build wealth. And a lot of them are fucking miserable, you know?
Right.
So
Right.
like it might look good on the outside when they're driving their Lambo or they're on their yacht or they're fucking partying in Ibiza or whatever. But then these people in their minds fucking hate themselves, you know? So
You know, just to put a button on it, and Seth, I hope you won't be too upset, but like Seth is actually one of these people. Seth is, we can cut this out if you want.
It's fine. I'm fucking with you.
Seth's life on the outside and maybe on the inside too. Like to me, to everybody, your life looks phenomenal. You have 3 beautiful kids. You have a great wife. You work your fucking ass off for it, and you earn your fun. Put it that way.
I don't know.
But people don't know you from 12 years ago, you know, or 15 years ago. So Seth, and like I said, we can cut this out if you want, but Seth was that person, you know, single dad, going through a lot of turmoil, turned his life around. So if anybody can speak to this, it's fucking Seth.
Yeah, it's not fun, but it's okay. You know, this is I literally I'm fortunate to be in the positions I am in. I think that's why, that's why I don't like talking a whole lot of shit about people. I lose my emotions at points, like I just did a minute ago, but like I don't like talking a lot of shit about people. Fuad's down.
No, I'm still here. I'm still here. Keep talking.
I don't like talking a lot of shit about people simply because, if you're out there working to do your best, you're trying your hardest,
Fuck you.
then why would I?
Sorry, Ian doesn't like this
that
angle.
angle.
Go ahead.
Why would I?
Sorry.
I don't ever want to talk bad about people whenever they're trying their best. And whenever you know what it's like to be at rock bottom, like, dude, I know what it's like to literally spend all your money trying to save a human being's life and they don't want saved, and being a single dad and literally trying to make it because in your heart you can do something great, but like you don't know where you are. Like it's your rock bottom, dude.
Seth.
And
sorry, go ahead. I don't interrupt you. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's not a fun feeling. Yeah. So whenever you see somebody out there, that's whenever you have the opportunity to kind of just maybe give somebody some advice, be there for a lending ear, you should. And it's I mean, and no matter what, I think, certain individuals, we just have I don't know, like no matter what it is, in life, I just keep going after more. So even though my life is very wonderful, in the back of my head always lives those times, and I built this company off of those times.
Right.
Like I have the saying, no problems, just work.
Right.
Like I don't have any problems. I just have work to do. Because whenever I was at like a rock bottom moment, like I was like, fuck, dude, I'm in the shit right now. I am in the shit. Like my ex-wife was a heroin addict. There was heroin paraphernalia all through my kids' laundry because that's where she hid it. Like it was a fucking wild time in my life. And like that's whenever I was like, I have a problem in my life. Holy fucking shit. This is a problem. And I was like, nothing mattered at that point. Mondays didn't matter. I couldn't even tell you like what day of the week it was sometimes because I was scrambling.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy. So, and then now once I got through it all, I was like, okay, I don't have any problems. I just have work.
Yeah.
Monday's not a problem. Nothing is. So, I think a lot of people, and even at that point for me, like I had to stop and think like there's people out there that could potentially have a harder time than I.
Right.
And that's why today, like, I'm very grateful to be where I am. I love it. I have everything that a grown man could dream of. I literally have everything someone could dream of in their life. And that's what I take.
You don't have a motorcycle yet.
I can't do that. I'll kill myself.
Not get carried away.
No, let's not get crazy. You still need a motorcycle. No, but going back to what I was saying earlier, Seth, your life, and not to dwell on this, we're going to wrap up, but your life was a few good decisions away from where you are now.
Yeah.
Like you went from like here to a few good decisions to fucking here.
And
right?
and that's that thing, like just working, just work. And the thing is too, it's really hard. Like even us owning companies, dude, you and I are literally competing brands, and we know how competitive this industry is. And whenever we see someone else do something cool, we're like, fuck. Like that competition never goes away inside of us. And it's like we're always excited when we do something cool and things go well. And whenever we see someone else, we're like, man, them motherfuckers, dude, they're out working. Like, okay, we got to do something good too. We got to do something.
You know what I do when I see that? I send their clothing to China and copy it. Like, hey, this looks really good. Copy it. No, I'm just joking.
But I think it's, we compare ourselves a lot in every aspect of life, but you just gotta, I don't know, just gotta keep working.
Yeah.
And you're going to be down on yourself a lot. Like I think that's a natural thing for a lot of men too. Just
hard on yourself.
All right. Well, we could probably go on this topic for another fucking hour, but we've been on for almost 3. So we're going to wrap up there. And Paul, why don't you say something nice this week? Don't just talk about yourself.
Okay.
Do you have it in you to be selfless for 5 minutes?
How about I go around and I'll say something nice about everybody?
No, you don't have to do that. But you're a very selfish person. You're like, this is what I did at work. My feet hurt. God help me with my bunion.
I don't mean to be selfish when it's a lot of pressure coming up with something every week for one thing.
I'm just joking. You're the least selfish person I know, but you're selfish with your prayers.
All right, I'll try to make it more inclusive.
Okay.
I have nothing right now. Okay.
Come on.
Okay. Let us bow our heads. Dear leader. Well, as we gather tonight for another conversation amongst men, talk about our hopes and dreams and goals and values. And
You're not Seth. Can you just start over?
I'll try to. Fuck. Okay.
You don't have the preacher's tone. You have Paul. Be Paul. Stop talking about folklore and fucking all this other. That's Seth. That's Seth's thing.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Stuff.
One more take. Let's give it a good shot, Paul.
Okay, let's take it from the start.
All right.
Okay. Well, dear leader, tonight was a good night. It's been a pretty good week. Hey man, I got nothing tonight. I'm just blanking right out tonight. I got nothing. I got nothing at all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I got nothing tonight.
We'll see you
I'll
guys.
try to work on something for next week. I'm sorry.
We'll see you guys next week.
Damn
Good
it.
night. Sorry.